Well, good evening, guys. How are you? Good to see you. All six of us. All right. Well, we're here. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Good to see you. And I see we got Jody and Hugh is here, Robert Glazier, and John Olson. Good evening to you, sir. I see that you haven't been here before. Welcome. Are you a droner? Let us know. Anyway, it's always a late start here. I don't know about whether it's a holiday or not, but things really get rolling about the time I get tired and want to stop, you know. I see. I got Paulie in the green room. It looks like he's out there. Looks like these guys are out flying or something. Here, let me bring him in. See what we're missing. So. Oh, you're not out flying. I thought you were out flying.
You thought I was out flying because of the sky and the drone there.
Oh, look at that! What?
I set up a green screen.
Oh, hey, pretty cool. How you doing, Paul?
Good, Mitch. How are you, buddy?
All right. Got a slight little echo from you, man.
I don't have YouTube open anywhere.
No, but you're listening on a speaker though.
Oh, yeah, usually.
And it's delaying back into the mic, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, uno momento.
That's okay, man. Did you get a haircut or something? What happened?
I got them all cut.
As you say, you're starting to look like me.
I was what I was going for, but they left some up in the front here.
Yeah, well, you know, you can shave that off if you want.
That's why I can't hear you.
There we go. How about now?
All right. Any echo?
No. Arizona Drone Dude is in the house. How you doing? My friend? Good to see you.
Arizona Drone Dude, Jace, John Olson, Michael McReynolds. All right. You want me to read the?
I think I got everybody. We got 10 people. Not a big start. And so you out flying with Carlos today?
All day, just tiny hawks. It was a little windy. We went down to the park. We were going to go try to fly at the park, but it was really, really windy by the water.
Yeah.
So we came back to my house. My backyard is surrounded by a big fence and some trees, so it blocks the wind a little bit. So we just played around with the tiny hawks. Had some fun. A lot of fun.
Cool. Who was there? Charlie and you and.
That's it. Me, Charlie, and Carlos.
The new three musketeers, huh?
Yeah, I was expecting a couple of other kids to come over too. I got my friend Brian, this kid I work with, started a YouTube channel. They got like 2 or 3 videos up. Him and his buddy Sean. They call themselves the Cheeky Bastards.
Oh, okay.
And And I thought they were going to come over because they've been flying a lot lately. Well, Sean anyway. One of them has. Brian hasn't. Sean, this kid Sean, is young. He's a young kid. They're like 25, and he just started a couple of months ago. I remember I let him fly my Tiny Hawk at the park, and he almost lost it in the water. He had to go searching through it in the weeds, but he loved it, and he went out and he bought one for himself, and he's been playing The Sims, and he's been flying, and the kid's unbelievable. He blows me away. He's doing flips and rolls and gapping stuff. And
25 years old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That's
a
the problem.
gamer.
Yeah, you know, these kids are born with a controller in their hands, some of them, and you know, us old farts, it takes us a little. Well, we catch on eventually, but it takes us a little longer. These kids. I remember when my grandson was like 4 years old, playing video games. You know, it was incredible. I couldn't keep up with him.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
My wife used to teach computer to preschool kids in a nursery school. She used to work there part time, literally teaching them how to operate the mouse and work the computer at like 3 and 4 years old.
Oh, they start them in preschool now.
Yeah.
Yeah, today was a lot of it was overcast this morning. It was the first morning in about almost 2 weeks that I wasn't able to fly. I went out there, but it was terrible. So I came home out to the park. Yeah.
I love first thing in the morning, usually.
That's the best time, especially down here, because it's when you have
Cooler.
the lowest winds. Yeah. Yeah. And it's a little cooler too. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. So where's your compatriot Carlos tonight? I don't see him.
Good question, man. I don't know, man. Maybe he fell asleep. I know I wiped him out. He was pretty tired. He went home. He'll be around, I'm sure. I'll text him. Hello, Carlos.
One musketeer, it says. He's here. One musketeer.
Good
There he is.
evening,
Oh, he's in uniform.
gentlemen.
Hey, where's your tropical shirt, man? Not your drone bum shirt.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't stopped.
all right.
I have
That's
not
okay.
stopped all day since
No problem.
early.
Yeah,
I'll get in
No
uniform
problem.
next week.
He worked
Charlie-
this morning, and he came right to my house after work.
Charlie says Carlos is busy doing his hair for the show, but then he put a hat on top of it. So.
This is your hat too. They were hiding it on me, I think, today.
Oh, is that the hat that I gave you? He
almost lost.
It's a cigar. What cigar brand is it? I know it's a cigar hat of some kind.
It says. God, what does that say?
Brian.
Jay Bird.
Mac
Jay Bird's in
Ariel.
the house. Hey, Joe.
Jay Bird, Joe, how you doing?
Christoph?
Christoph, yeah,
Christoph, that sound right?
yeah. I don't remember
Christoph.
which one it was.
He's an
That's a,
actor,
that's a good
Christoph.
hat.
I'm having a bad hairs day. It helps me
That's all right.
keep the goggles up.
All three of
Well,
them?
I always
Yeah.
wear a backwards baseball cap. Keeps the goggles from sliding down on your
Exactly.
forehead. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. And you could adjust it kind of with the cap, you know, like. It's a good tip.
And the baseball hat makes a great, I wear that when I shoot flying the model airplanes. I just put a GoPro on my hat.
Yeah, you did a
And-
great
Well,
job
that was
on that,
pretty
by
cool,
the way.
yeah.
We were just talking about that today, that how you followed it and you were flying it at the same time. That was
Well-
you filming it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were just like watching it, I guess, with the GoPro on your
Well,
hat?
of course
Is that how did that?
you have to keep your eyes on it, so your head is always going to follow the airplane,
Right,
and then
right.
the rest of it, Paul, was all post processing,
Keyframing, right?
keyframing, zooming. You know, so there
yeah.
must have been in that one sequence. I must have had 100 keyframes.
Right. Came out awesome.
Every you just as you're editing, you watch. You know, you got to zoom in because you want the airplane to be bigger.
Right.
I hate watching these videos where all you see is blue
Looks
sky.
like a fly.
I know. They're
And
like,
you're
oh,
trying to
mosquito in
find
the air.
like, you can't
trying to
see it.
find a little tiny speck out there. So
Yep.
I shot it in 2.7K on linear mode on a GoPro Hero 7, and the linear mode doesn't make it too wide angle. So that narrows it a little bit, but you still see a lot of sky. But the good news is it's sharp enough where you can zoom in 3 or 4 times. The airplane might not be crystal sharp, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's raw
And
to the
and
Whatever
then
you
every
did worked.
when you edit it, every 3 seconds, if the airplane moves out of frame, you stop, you readjust the position back to the center of the frame, and then that creates a keyframe at that position. And then you go on to the next thing. You just keep doing that till you get done. And if you're lucky, you manage to, the things should stay somewhere near the center or in the picture most of the time.
Right,
So
yeah. I get it.
it's better to do it that way than to try to follow it with a
Yeah, then you'll be-
camera with a
be all
zoom,
over it.
because if you lose it with the zoom camera, it's gone. At
Yep.
least with the GoPro, as wide as it is, the airplane
you
is
get it
somewhere
all
in the
in there.
picture. It's somewhere in that picture. You just have to find it and zoom in on it. So,
Yeah, I followed a bird like that. I put that at the end of one of my videos. I was flying and I got this bird and he's just like flying right in front of me, hover right there. I got awesome. So I got him in the shot. Then he went up over and he was just floating. Then I got him in the shot. And next thing you know, boom, I'm on the ground. I'm looking at the bird. I wasn't paying attention to my height.
the next time I do one of those, I'm going to tell the guys to leave me alone when I'm flying. There's 3 guys out there that are brand new. They're just flying these tiny little foamy things with stabilization and all, and they don't know anything. And they just, from the time I get out there until the time I leave, it's just one question after another. And I'm trying to, they don't seem to understand that when you're out there flying, that's not the time to circle around. They were all hanging right next to me and around alongside of me. I'm trying to fly this airplane in there. One question after another, and I don't want to be rude to the guys, but
Floridians.
I'm just.
Yeah.
You don't mind if I clean my drone after flying it today? I just want to clean it. I'm getting ready.
wait, yeah, well, I understand. I understand, Carlos.
I guess
That's
Charlie's
okay.
in the
Here.
house.
Here, hold
yes,
on a
he
second.
is.
Hold on a second, Carlos. Here, I got
Tell me you have one too. Let me see.
I got a Q-tip for you right here.
Oh,
I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use it.
I gotta get mine.
No,
You
you
make-
guys are making fun. You guys are making fun of Charlie. Is what you're
No,
doing.
what, Charlie?
No.
No, I'm just adopting some good house drone
Charlie
cleaning
taught us
habits.
some good things, man.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I
guys.
wanna-
So let's all clean our tidy hooks.
I rubbed this one a little too hard, though. I rubbed the
Carlos,
props right off of it.
Yes, sir.
You could do what's called the Jewish mother. That's where you go.
Jewish mother soap. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I was.
You got a little schmutz.
I was getting
Yeah.
a little. I was getting a lesson today, and sure as poop, I'm cleaning over here. And he goes, "No, you're starting the wrong place. You got to start up here."
I got that. I got to
top
find that.
down.
I got it on
Top
You got
down,
that on
man.
video,
Because
right?
that's
Yeah, I
right.
think I
Top
do.
down.
I have
Anyway,
hours
speaking of top down, you can give him a hard time right now. There he is.
Oh, there. Look.
Oh, he's in uniform. I'm not in
Portrait
uniform.
mode. Portrait
Look,
mode.
he has his alcohol
There you
in
go.
70%. See, I bought the right one myself. 70%.
No, man. You guys.
I know the 90.
I got
know.
91% here, man.
Yeah.
Ah, man,
He's got the
that's
You guys with
strong,
your
man.
inferior alcohol. You know.
I have
Gotta
one of
go
those in the room. This is to
Gotta
clean
go to
windows in my car. I use it for.
Oh man. Well, welcome. Good to see you, Charlie.
Hey,
and
man.
FPV trainee is in the house. He says.
Mr. Brian. All right.
Mr. Brian.
Brian,
Yeah, you
feedback.
guys can't see the names everybody picked out for themselves, so I'll show them for you there.
BMAC.
Boom. FPV trainee, lowest
And-
level.
And one musketeer up there. Now I turn them off because I don't like those things sticking all over the place.
Yeah, they're just in the way.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you go into in StreamYards where it says brand on the right-hand side. You got comments, banners. There's one that says brand, and then down at the bottom it says show names as a switch.
Cool.
Jody uses Jim Beam to clean his drones. That's kind of a waste of Jim Beam, but I guess it would work.
Good enough. Got enough alcohol in it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brian.
So,
Good evening, Brian. Do you have your controller and your goggles and your Tiny Hawk with you.
No. We're not doing the goggles. I have the Tiny Hawk and the controller. I just want these motors to spin, and then I'm going to go to bed.
It's 6:13 where you are.
Yeah, you're in,
Yes, it is.
you're in Texas, right?
Bedtime.
What's going on with the bedtime thing?
Dude, I get up at like 3:30 the other morning to get those Galveston shots. To me, that's like jet lag. I still have not recovered. I slept most of yesterday afternoon,
Really?
got up too early this morning, and now I feel like crap again. Yeah.
Keep getting up early. You'll feel better and better. Just to stay.
I usually get up at like 6:30, but yeah, 3:30 is not a good time.
What time's your son come up?
It came up at 6:20 that morning.
You got to be up before that. You got to be
What's up, Michael
an
Blake?
hour before that. Catch the sun of the first
Well, I had to
light.
drive down there. That was an hour and 15-minute drive.
You drove an hour and change to get a sunrise?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Wow.
Man, that's dedication. That's dedication.
Hey, I only do it like once a year.
I
Gotcha.
drove upstate once a couple of hours just to get a sunrise.
Oof.
It was an amazing sunrise.
JST,
JST drones in the house. How you doing? Who did I miss? I say hi to everybody. I think so. We've got a kind of a small crowd here tonight. Half of us are in the panel, so that's cool.
Small is good. I want to get this guy's motor spinning, so I'm going to be
All right,
quiet
so
and
let me
watch
ask you a
and
question. All right, so let me ask you a question, Brian. Did you do what I say and try it and look in the goggles for an error message?
No, let me go ahead and I haven't turned these things on forever.
Yeah, because that would be the logical place to start.
Okay, now I can't remember where I put them.
Well, Michael McReynolds liked my airplane flying. If you guys like airplane flying, I'll put more airplane flying videos on my channel. Because I'm starting to fly airplanes more. You know, I hadn't really flown RC airplanes for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. And it's amazing. You just pick up the box and start flying again. And after a couple flights, you're right back into it. So.
Was that an old plane you had, or that was a new
No,
plane?
that's a well, it's not a new plane. It's a plane that one of the guys at the field sold me. It's very big. It's 7.5
New to you.
foot wingspan. Yeah, so it's new to me,
Oh, it's
and
huge.
that was my. I've got a total of like 6 flights on it since I've gotten it, and it's
You
just
lose
a hassle.
any more
to-
weight, you could sit in the cockpit of that thing.
Probably I could. Yeah,
You said it was like 8 pounds, right?
it's an 8.5 pound airplane. Yeah, it's a pretty good size airplane. I mean, I used to fly airplanes much bigger than that, but it's big enough where it flies very stable and realistic response on the controls. So you fly it more like you'd fly a real airplane than a model airplane. All right, Brian. So what we're Michael Blades, how you
Michael
doing, buddy?
Blades in the house, yep.
Good.
He's
Okay,
been here. I
I'm
said
up.
hello to him a week ago.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I
Brian.
just saw him.
So
Here, take a look. See?
well, I can't see. You tell
That's
me what it
nice.
says.
That's good.
That's video. That's a good start.
Try
Wait.
to arm it and see what happens.
Brian, you
Okay.
can't put your glasses on with that?
Yeah, not these. I got a square pair that fits really good. For one thing, I don't even really need these. These are 1.25s. I mean, for what I'm using these in for, I don't really need anything really when it comes to glasses.
I need glasses.
In fact, if the light was brighter in here, I wouldn't need them at all.
All right,
could
so
raise
let's
the
recap. You
brightness
got the
probably.
battery. You got the battery hooked to the quad. You got your radio transmitter on. You know it's bound.
Yep.
You got your goggles turned on. You see a picture, and when you do you have the modes showing up in your goggles?
Air,
Flight mode.
I think I did.
horizon.
If you do,
cab.
click the flight mode switch to see if it changes. That'll make sure the radio's you know that your radio is talking to the quad.
I'm not seeing a mode.
Okay. Go ahead and arm it and see if you get a warning message. Maybe you don't even have the warning
Okay.
messages on the OSD.
I'm not getting anything. See, it was like a month ago I did this. Wait a minute. Let me back out of this. Hang on. I might be on the wrong page. I'm on
Hey,
the,
Brian?
What page are you talking about?
on the Tyrannus.
Brian, is the motor, is the quad plugged in?
To the PC?
No, battery.
No, the
Well, I
battery.
got a battery in.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to unplug it from the PC? Because I wanted to make sure before I come on.
All right. Well,
That
here's
it-
what we want to do. If you're
Coming up in
plugged
Betaflight.
into the PC, go into Betaflight.
Okay, I've got that up.
Have you got Betaflight? Can you share your screen with us
Yeah.
so I
don't
can
you
see
get-
what you're doing?
Get rid of our mugs, Mitchie. They don't need to
No,
see
that's
us.
all right. I'll be able to
Yeah.
see it. Yeah, when I get his share, it'll take over most of it.
Hang on a second. It's not coming up.
Okay.
Usually when you plug this thing in, it'll come right up.
About another 30, 40 strokes, Charlie. I'm going to have it looking like yours.
Very good. I trained you well.
You did good, yeah.
Don't be ashamed of it, Charlie. It's nothing wrong with keeping your gear clean.
Thank you, Mitch.
It's not a shame thing. He's teaching me. My wife thinks it's pretty cool.
I started cleaning mine ever since I met
See?
you. My drones were usually a lot dirtier.
Well, they fly better when you're not carrying 6 pounds of dirt around.
I found that out. It's true. Like, holy cow, it actually flies now.
Michael McReynolds, I am doing well. So far, so good.
All
Down
right,
like
Brian,
15
where are we?
pounds. Almost 15 pounds, Mitch.
My
Wow.
transmitter sees the drone, but for some reason Betaflight's not picking it up.
When you mean
Try it. Try a different
Betaflight
cord.
is not, you don't see the,
Redo it.
Are we certain that that's a data cable?
I'm fixing to change it. I know I used it last time. It wouldn't.
Do you have a phone one?
Huh?
Those usually, one that you use for a phone, they usually work.
This is an Apple phone.
now, do you have
Got one somewhere on the desk.
the drone, you don't have the flight battery plugged in, is that correct?
I just unplugged it.
Yeah, okay, you don't need the flight battery for this. So when you plug the thing into the computer, it's going to power up the receiver and you'll hear the receiver say telemetry recovered. And then you should be able to open Betaflight.
It's another thing Charlie learned pretty quick is Betaflight.
Betaflight.
Charlie's a quick learner.
He is. Drone 863, Justin. Good evening.
Hey, Justin.
Good evening,
Did you see?
Justin. How are you?
Did you? Maybe you shouldn't. No, I won't even talk about it. Drone Bum's last video. Did you see it?
Which
Mitch?
one was that? Which one was that?
Where we're doing some VR in
Yeah.
Charlie's place.
You gotta skip ahead to that. Just a
Okay,
little
are you
clip.
connected now, Brian?
Yeah, Betaflight came up too.
Okay, so show me share your screen if you would.
Alrighty.
All right, so here we go. Now, we move the drone around. There you go. Okay, now over on the left-hand side, click on OSD. Now, do you see an element on the screen somewhere that says warning messages?
Where am I looking?
In the screen in the center
Okay.
at the elements or system messages, it'll say. Look down on the left-hand side. You see all those different elements you can put in there? Look
Yep.
for the one that says system messages and see if it's got a check mark next to it.
See, warnings, timer, system.
Or warnings or
That's
system messages.
alphabetically.
No,
Warnings,
I think, I don't know if
I'm
there's.
not seeing it on the left. Hang on, let me look on the right.
It wouldn't be on the right, I don't believe.
Okay, well, it's not on the
That's
left.
an old. That's
Yeah,
an
it's where you
older.
have the
version.
check boxes. That's 3 check
On the
boxes.
left, you see where there's 3 check boxes next to a whole long list of elements, and one of them should say error messages, warning messages, system
Warnings,
messages,
I think it says.
warnings, something like that.
Warnings, yeah, okay.
Is it checked?
One of them is.
What do you mean? Okay, the first one.
Yeah.
All right, hover over the word warnings with your mouse and see on the screen which one blinks.
Low battery, arming.
Okay, it says low battery. That's where the warning messages will show up. So if you can't arm and you look in your goggles, it should tell you why you can't arm.
Well, without
Right
the
there.
without the drone powered on, my goggles are snow right now.
No, no, no. I'm not talking about now. I'm saying when you try to arm your drone and you're looking in the goggles,
Yeah.
that right you see right there. What is it? It's in the center near the bottom, correct?
Yeah.
Look at that place in your goggles for something to be lighting up, telling you why you can't arm. That's the first thing I want to do.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's while we're in there, you got your transmitter on, correct?
Yes.
Go to the receiver tab on the left-hand side. Wiggle the sticks. Okay, so your transmitter now. Pull your throttle all the way back. How come you have
Don't ask me.
that looks weird, doesn't it?
Looks like that was
Carlos?
your.
Move
He's
the
doing
move
your-
the
Oh no.
move the throttle up and down.
Left stick all the way up and down. That's your.
Left
Yaw.
stick, left stick. No,
Left
that's
stick
yaw. That's not
up and
throttle.
down. Left
Up
stick
and down,
up and
not left
down.
and right.
Okay, hold on a second. I need to make this much bigger on my screen so I can see it. What
Brian,
I
left
want you
stick
to do,
up and down.
That's what I was
Carlos, relax, Carlos. Okay, Brian,
Yeah.
up to the right of all the bars, up at the top. It says TREA 1 2 3 4. You see
doing. I
that?
messed with that a lot too.
Yeah, that's why it ain't working.
Okay.
TEAR
Change
That's
it.
hardware set up.
or AET.
Nah, nobody ever had TREA.
TA.
That just doesn't exist. That's nobody's ever used that. What I want you to do is
That's
TAER. Try that.
That's why he's not arming.
TAER.
Oh, wait a
1,
minute.
2, 3 comes
Now,
up.
now
automatic.
you screwed up everything. TAER 1 2 3 4. AER 1 2 3 4.
Okay.
1 2 3 4 and hit save.
Okay.
Okay, now move your throttle. The left stick up and down.
There we go.
No,
guess
no,
that's-
no. That's
That's
the right
roll.
stick. That's the right
No.
stick.
That's my left
Okay.
stick.
Okay.
using
Now
my
go
left
back.
hand
Okay.
on my
Okay.
left
Okay. Listen. Just. I'm going to tell you to do something. You do it. Okay.
I did it.
No, but I'm going to tell you now to do something
Oh, wait,
else.
wait.
Just,
No. Wait. You want me to read your mind first? I got it.
No,
Okay.
I want you to shut your mouth and listen to me so I can tell you. And stop telling me what you don't know. Replace TAER with AETR.
1,
hit
2, 3,
save.
4.
AETR 1 2 3 4. Hit save. Now move the throttle stick on the left.
Telemetry recovered.
7 count. Okay. Left stick.
Up and
Left
down.
stick. Up and down. No, it's still wrong. Okay, so let's see what you've got going on here. You have, I don't know how your radio is set up,
Can it be
but
TAER?
your channel mapping is
TEA, oh,
completely
T.
screwed up. So what I want you to do is I want you to move the ailerons, the roll control on the right stick. Now you do fly mode 2, don't you?
Yes.
What do you say?
Your throttle's on the left, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Move the right stick like you were going to roll it over. Okay.
T8. It's going to be TAER. There's Ed.
No.
Hello, Ed.
Okay, so that's the L. Okay, now move the pitch control, which is up and down on the right stick, back and forth. Okay, so it's AT, and then move the yaw stick on the left.
Left and right. Left stick.
Left and right.
All right, so it's ATER. Try ATER again. That's a very strange channel map.
When I did it?
ATER. Save.
Yep.
All right.
When I did it,
there you go.
just
Now
hit-
move your throttle stick.
Telemetry recovered.
Okay.
Move your throttle stick up and down. The left stick.
Yay!
Okay, now move your yaw.
Left stick, left and right. That's
Okay,
working.
now move your pitch. The right
Up and
stick up
down.
and down. All right, now roll it.
Left and right. All right, you're right
Okay,
now.
now pull the throttle all the way back down at the bottom and leave it there.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can arm the quad.
You think?
I
Well, you
think.
have to disconnect, put the battery in.
Well, you have to disconnect Betaflight and plug the battery in.
You saved everything here, so you're good to go.
Yeah. So disconnect out of Betaflight.
Okay. I've done this. Okay.
No, that's going to work now because you weren't arming. The switch wasn't recognizing what.
No,
you
the
were telling
reason you
to
weren't
do.
arming wasn't the switch. It was the fact that the throttle wasn't at low. The throttle was centered, so it wouldn't let it arm because you had high throttle.
And then fly around the house for us.
Okay, so we don't need this anymore. All right, so now.
Mitch takes
Let's see what
Bitcoin,
happens.
by the way, Brian. Just
No,
so you know.
I just I don't mean to get testy, but
The PayPal.
troubleshooting is a step. Do this, try this, do that, do that, do that, and if you have to stop
You're
for 10
just a
minutes of
testy
discussion,
old prick.
if you just have to stop for 10 minutes of discussion between every step, it'll never get done.
Hey,
Plus,
another
I'm a
drone bum
plus
shirt.
I'm just a
I
plus
know.
I'm just
Look
an
at all these people
impatient
in
little
uniform.
prick, right?
I feel naked. I have to
Yes,
go put mine on.
absolutely. Well, I don't know.
Hi, Ed.
What's going
Hi,
on?
Ed.
Hey, Ed.
What's
Okay,
up,
Brian,
Ed?
how we doing?
I'm waiting to hear telemetry recovered.
Telemetry.
Did you plug the battery into the quad?
It's not plugged in the computer, right?
No, it's not
Yes.
plugged into the computer. Are the lights on the quad?
I got a solid blue.
Just arm the bad boy already.
Is your battery dead?
Telemetry recovered.
There we
There
go.
she
There we
is.
go. All right.
Sometimes it's too close.
Hit the arm. Okay, then your arm switch isn't set up right. So let's go back to Betaflight.
Shall I leave the battery in the drone hooked up?
Hooks one.
No, unplug the drone battery and plug it back into Betaflight. So what else is new, guys?
What
I don't
does
know,
this
Ed.
channel map? What does this channel mapping end up being?
AET. No, AT.
No, TEA, something really strange, and I
I think
don't
it
know how the
started
hell
with
his,
A though.
I don't know how his radio got set that way because that's a very
Well, I mean-
non-standard.
He was listening to Bardwell.
Probably.
I'm
yeah.
wondering if his radio is in mode 1 or something.
No, whatever it is, we got it straight. So
When I did mine, I went to the drop-down menu and selected Echo Sky, and it was correct.
Okay.
yeah, and that's generally either AETR or TAER. Those are the two
Yeah,
most
see,
common
his
ones.
radio's in mode 1 because I never ATER, no way, man. That's
Yeah,
like,
but no, AETR is very common.
All right, Brian is
lot-
ready to
lot-
go. Brian is
Okay,
ready.
all right, Ed, that's enough. Time out. Thank you. Jesus, I'm going to
I
just
wanna
get rid
say
of
one
everybody.
thing.
I'm
I
going to
just
get rid of
wanna say
everybody
one
but
thing.
me and
Ed.
Brian, and we're going to get this friggin'
Ed,
thing working.
Stop
Okay.
it. Stop it.
That's it. I'm
Okay, all right. Who else do I need to get rid of that's disruptive?
Kill him.
Brian, come up here next to me so I can talk to you. Okay. All right. You're back in Betaflight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to hit your arm switch. You don't have it set up. You don't have it set up in the radio. Okay.
Well,
so
the thing,
what
it
kind-
was at one time. Like I said, it's been a while.
yeah,
I might
but
have
I don't know what, but in your transmitter, you do not have a switch mapped to
Yeah, I
channel.
know how to do them in the
okay.
transmitter.
All right, so you're going to need 2 switches minimum. You're going to need one for modes, and you're going to need one for arming. Okay, so
Yep.
go ahead and set one switch up to channel 5 and one switch to channel 6,
Okay, give me a little while. Just talk
and
amongst
we'll come back.
yourselves.
And we'll come back to you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put you back up there, Carlos. So
We
you
can
can
talk.
be up top.
Oh, I don't.
I'm just.
Basement. I think you should put the three
I get drunk with-
drone bum
I-
shirts next to each other. So
I
we-
feel
I get
like
drunk
I'm not
with-
in uniform.
I get drunk with the power that I have with the
Actually, you know, that's an idea. If you put the drone bum shirts, we can do the see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. And we can have our shirts, you know.
There you go. All the drone bum shirts are lined
no,
up
no.
on the bottom.
No. Charlie's got to come down.
Oh,
I'm not
Charlie's
wearing a
got-
drone bum.
Oh,
I got a
okay.
drone.
There we go. All right. How's that?
Bull shirt on today.
I feel
I
like
need
I'm-
to be on the left.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
Drunk guy on the left. Are
Any
you drunk
other
today?
any
Wait,
other
it's not
requests?
by name?
Ed, can you do this, Ed?
Fly Zone drone. He's setting up a
Ed, do
one of
this.
these, a tiny hook.
Ed, can you do this, Ed? Can you cover your ears for about 30 seconds, Edward? Earth to Ed.
Ed, do this.
I need that. You know, like when the politicians talk, they got that guy doing.
There we
that.
go. Hear no
There you go.
evil,
Hear
see
no
no
evil.
evil. Yeah.
Your
There you
turn,
go.
Charlie.
There you go. There you go. The three monkey tears.
Yeah. I got that. Wait, I'll bring. Let me bring my. I'll bring my monkey in. There you go. I feel like
You know,
I'll
that
just
looks a
leave-
little better than your.
I know. I'll just leave him there for the show.
Got more hair.
Charlie, you got some to spare.
Hold on.
Sorry, Spank.
You got
Is that
insulted,
him
right?
actually talking? Did we hear from Spank?
Yeah,
Oh,
he growls.
he's not very happy.
I thought you were telling me to cover my ears, Carlos, so I wouldn't hear shit you were going to be talking about.
I got you. No, we were doing that monkey thing.
Oh man. You know what? I used to have a lot of patience as a teacher, but I don't have much patience anymore. I think.
What
Sorry,
the hell did you
guys.
teach?
I taught everything. I taught a lot of things. I was a flight instructor. God knows how many people I've taught to fly model airplanes over the years,
Dude, you gotta have nerves of steel to be a flight instructor.
or stupid, one or the other.
Or a pilot.
Well, I am a pilot, but it's a very dangerous way to make a living.
You're anxious to teach. It shows that
That's
you like
crazy.
to.
I do, but I do get impatient sometimes.
Yeah,
Driving on the road every day is a dangerous way to make a living.
Yeah, I suppose.
I am teaching Charlie. Well, no, actually,
What?
Charlie now is teaching himself how to fly. Justin is asking. I gave him a few tips and tricks, and then he ran with it.
Right.
Quite well.
Now he just yells at me.
No, now I just remind them. You know how many times these guys say, "Oh, that was good," and then they come back, "I wasn't recording. I wasn't recording."
And
Such
it
a
didn't
great
happen,
flight,
right?
I wasn't recording.
It didn't happen. If you don't have a recording, it didn't
It's
happen,
like-
right?
Right. It's
But
like-
yet, after every flight in the beginning, Charlie,
The
you
fish
recording?
was this
Oh yeah,
big.
Charlie, you
This,
recording?
yeah, the fish.
Charlie, you recording? Charlie, record. You think after the 600th time?
When we all flew over to McDonald's the first time, I wasn't recording.
That's
Oh,
right.
really?
Brian, are
Yeah,
you
I
doing
had-
that? Brian, are you doing that in the mixer page?
I've got it in front of me. I'm just setting it up on the transmitter first.
Yeah, well,
I'm only
and-
going to set up something basic like arm, angle, and beep. I'll do the rest later. I just want these damn motors turned.
Drone
but do
Pool has joined us. What's up?
But are you doing that in the mixer page?
On
Representing
Betaflight?
Dan.
No, on your radio.
Oh yeah, the mixer page. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was asking. Yeah. So you know how to do that? You know how to assign a switch
The
to the
aux.
channel? Okay.
Proud of you, Brian. That's great.
Ooh.
Well, I
Ed, did
only
you
watched that
dis-
video like 30 times. I think I got this part down.
I think the one that explained it for me the best was Project Blue Falcon.
He did great, especially with the QX7 radio.
Yeah. But just the way you
Bardwell
explained
does
it.
Bardwell does things differently, and
Kinda quick,
a lot of
too,
people
I
get
don't-
like his mode switch. He uses a different switch and he sets it up backwards from just about everybody. So
Mine is on the right.
well, yeah, but he pushes his switch back to arm and pulls it up to disarm, and that's backwards from about
Oh,
99% of yeah. Oh yeah, and he gets
Telemetry
and
recovered.
and he says, well, I like it that way. Well, that's great, but if you're teaching all the new people how to do things, and you teach them something that's not standard, you're going to pretty much screw them up
Not
for,
to mention
forever.
when you get it ready to fly, it's set up to switch arm up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, you ready, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back into Betaflight. Now hit the arm switch.
Oh, it's on.
Okay,
Alright.
perfect. Now the mode switch, you got angle mode and
Yeah.
horizon mode. Okay, let me see, hit angle. Okay, and then the last one would be acro.
I didn't set that
That's
up.
what- Well, you don't.
Do it later.
You don't. Acro is the absence of any
Oh,
other
okay,
flight
okay.
mode. Yeah. So, and then you want to set your beeper up down at the bottom.
Yeah,
or-
I'm pretty sure I did the beeper.
All right. Okay, hit save now. Don't forget to hit save.
Okay.
Hit save.
We'll check the beep if you want.
Okay, and now it should arm.
Really?
Really. So go ahead and get out of beta flight.
Wait.
We'll,
Wait, real quick.
What?
Flip over after crash. You don't want to have him do
No,
it? Or check it?
I'm still
No.
attached to the PC. This thing ain't
yeah,
going
you
anywhere.
got to disconnect the PC. It's not going to arm when you're connected. Okay, to disconnect from the PC, hit the red button up atop of beta flight and disconnect.
Should you always do that?
Always.
Oh,
I mean,
didn't know
it
that.
probably won't matter, but you probably should always do it.
Telemetry lost.
What'd you do,
Okay.
Brian? Just pull it out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Disconnect?
it's okay. That's all right.
I've done that.
All right. So now, Brian, go ahead and plug your flight battery in. Set the quad down. Throttle all the way down and hit the arm switch.
Who has a bind button on now?
Telemetry recovered.
Oh, no one.
No, you're still doing.
Now, here's the
something.
thing,
Still
too.
something.
Watch this. Let me see if I
Watch
can
what?
show y'all this. Can y'all see the light on there? Probably
I
not.
see something blinking. Yeah.
Watch this when I hit the arm switch. It blinks. It's responding.
Okay. Well, then look in your goggles and see what the error you're getting is.
I'm assuming your throttle is all the way down when you
Yeah,
arm,
your
right?
throttle has to be all the way down or it
Throttle
won't
has
arm.
been down the whole time.
And you hold it down just to make sure?
No. I will.
You have to
Can you
hold
do
it.
that just to make sure? One
Well,
time.
it may be your throttle stick needs to be calibrated, but there'll be a message there that should tell you why it's not arming.
When he put his throttle all the way down, it did not look like it went that
Well,
low.
and it's probably maybe his limits are set wrong on his radio. Might need to be
Okay.
calibrated.
What does BADRX mean?
Bad
ARX.
receiver. Okay, so you're not.
I have a suggestion. Can you move the quad like 6 feet away from you or a few feet away from you?
Yeah, you don't want the transmitter right next to the quad. It'll swamp it. And I'll tell you what I would also do is I would shut everything off and start completely over. Turn your radio off, turn your quad off, and then turn the radio back on, and then plug the quad in.
You know, I remember that in the initial instructions.
Still connected.
Drone Shots is saying, I believe his value is set to high, or I think, on his radio.
I wasn't paying attention.
What value?
I don't know. What the hell was
On
that?
the on the throttle.
I don't know.
I
We're
thought I
going to
just
take a look
saw-
at. We're going to take a look at the throttle numbers next.
She said telemetry
Okay.
recovered. I haven't heard.
Welcome to OpenTF.
There we go.
Throttle warning. Switch warning.
Now she's saying she's not saying throttle warning, is she? Your throttle
No.
stick is all the way down. Okay.
Wait a minute, though. Hang on a second. Every time I turn this thing on, it does say throttle warning.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
let's-
that's good.
yeah,
That means you're
let's
sticking
count
with
it.
it.
Except
It
for
didn't
this
do it
time.
this time.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. You
Yeah.
just got to do this one step at a time. You know.
Yep.
The hard thing when you're trying to coach somebody through this is if I had the thing here in front of me, it would have taken me 30 seconds to do everything we've done so far because I would have
I know,
tried
right?
this, and figured it out. But when you have somebody else long distance doing it, it's just try this, do this. What happens? You know.
Frustrating to say the least.
It is. It's I was in the computer business for a lot of years. I did a lot of tech support, and I hated every minute of it. I really did, because trying to
That
convey
sucks.
a message over to somebody that doesn't really, hasn't done something before.
Okay. Wait a minute.
All right. Okay, what?
I still got that bad
Transmission.
RX in my goggles,
Even right now?
even right now, and I have not tried to arm it.
Oh,
Try to arm it.
Yeah, nothing. It's still blinking every time I hit the switch.
How about the beeper?
Okay.
All your switches are in
Well-
the right position, down, right?
All right, Carlos.
What? I'm asking him a question. You can't be the
Have you
only.
ever have you ever heard the
Louise.
have you ever heard the saying "too many cooks"?
I asked him one question. You weren't talking. Go ahead, talk now.
Plug it back into Betaflight.
Okay.
Leave your leave your battery plugged in.
Okay. The good thing about this, Mitch, is I've spent so much time on this. It's not like you're having to start from scratch when it comes to what I do and don't
You're
know.
becoming and this is what they call bind and fly.
Yeah, right. And see, that's what was frustrating me about a month ago. I said, "This is bind and fly. This is supposed to be easy. What sick bastard thought this up?"
Yeah, it's not easy. You got to learn radio setup. You got to learn Betaflight setup. You got to learn all this crap. It's not, that's why people buy DJI shit, because they don't have to learn all this stuff. Okay. Go to the receiver tab. Okay. The throttle's all the way down, and it's 800 and something
For
microseconds.
one thing, okay, yeah, I was getting confused. That's my arm. Aux 1
That's
is my
your arm, and the aux 2 is your mode switch.
Yeah.
Now your mode switch, yeah, okay. All right. So your throttle is low enough. Your midpoints are set good. Push your throttle all the way up. Okay, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So your
And that's
throttle is
something else I
not
checked
is
too,
not
is the
too high.
number.
You're getting a bad. So go to configuration. But I mean, the radio is working. If the radio wasn't working,
And
And
see,
let's
I've been
just
using the
look-
radio for the flight sim for
Yeah, but-
several months now, and it's been fine.
yeah, but that's a different story.
I know.
Because it's not using the transmitter; it's using the USB port. Let's go down to receiver on the configuration tab. Go down, scroll down,
Wait, where?
scroll down.
Excuse me.
Keep going to where it says receiver. Okay.
Right here.
What does it say? SPRX for D. Okay, that's what are the options on that D tab? Is it just what other options do you have there? Do you have D8 or just D? No, I think it's just D.
I've got a D8 module in there that's set up, and it recognized it right away.
A D8 module in what, your transmitter?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that's fine. Leave it there at D.
Mitch, can I ask you a question?
What?
Can
Yeah.
Can he rebind to the same quad again right now, like he never did it
He
before?
can, but it's not necessary. The receiver is bound because it is working. You see, and the sticks are moving. It is picking up the receiver. Why he's getting a bad RX error message is beyond me. Unless he's, at the time he was seeing that message, he had the transmitter too close to the. You know how when you move the thing too close, it swamps it and you lose it. And that might have been why he was getting that bad RX message. But at this point, I don't see any reason why that quad's not arming. But let's try something
Man,
else.
these things get warm. Are they supposed to get warm?
What things?
These.
Yeah, they'll get a little warm. All right, Brian,
Good
go into the motors tab on the. Okay, now go over there and click the little switch over on the right that says, "I understand I'm going to cut my nuts off if I do this in the house."
Does he have a battery plugged in still?
Yeah,
Yes, I do.
Click that. All right, now move the master slider up a little bit and see if the motors spin up. Just a tad,
Which
just
one
a
is that?
touch. The one right next to where you're there.
here?
Just push it up a little, yeah.
Hey, they started.
Okay, all right, pull it back. So your ESCs are good, your motors are spinning.
I was going to say that right there tells me the drone is fine. I couldn't even get
Well,
that part. Thanks, Mitch.
Okay,
We've done
all right.
something here.
So now, disconnect from Betaflight again. Up top, the red button at the top.
Yeah.
Unplug the plug from the quad.
Okay.
Hit and try to arm it. See what happens.
Why does it sound like he's doing in the bind? He's in the bind thing. It sounds.
No,
like.
I always want to hear that telemetry recovered thing before I do anything.
Yeah, but I hear dee. Anybody else hear that?
Because I just hit the bind button.
Why?
Why?
Well, because I wasn't sure if it was bound or not.
No,
I
you
can
can't do
No,
that. You
you
can't.
can't-
You
no.
can't. Don't ever hit the bind button unless you've got the receiver in ready to bind, because you might
Why are
lose
you
your
doing
bind
that?
that way.
Yeah.
Why
Where'd you
are
come up with that
using
idea, Brian? I'm
screen?
just curious.
Yeah,
Where'd you
why
come up with
why
that
why are
idea?
you even anywhere near the screen where the module binding takes place?
That's what I don't get. You should be in the
No, you shouldn't be. That's okay.
T8 mode
That's all right.
mode.
It's okay. Obviously, it's bound.
Yeah. But I'm still hitting the arm switch and nada. Let
And the
me
throttle
look in the
and the
goggles.
throttle is all the way back, correct?
Throttle is all the way back. And see, every time I'm hitting, because I know I got too much light. No, still too much light there. Let's see if I can do this. Watch this. Can y'all see that?
Wait a minute.
Every time I hit that arm switch, it's doing that. So
It's doing what?
it's responding. It's just not turning the motors. The drone is hitting
Show
the
me
light.
again. Show me again.
Okay.
It's blinking.
Yep. And the throttle is all the way down. And the bird is in the oven. Let me turn on the goggles, see if I'm still getting the bad RX. You see, two things I've learned here already. The motors do work. And I
Yeah.
didn't know you could look in here and have an error message that said bad RX. You got to remember where this thing originally came from, this transmitter. It came from Dobo
Where?
used. Ken Dono.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Ken's a good guy. He's never done me wrong. But I always wonder how many times he's thrown this thing on the ground in the year that he was learning FPV.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the transmitter, because you're seeing all the right things in Betaflight. You're seeing all the right movement of the channels. You're seeing the movement of the modes tabs. When you click the arm switch, it lit up arm, and it was red because you were plugged into the computer at the time, and it won't let it arm.
Brian,
So all that stuff was correct, and by all rights, I mean, everything looks like it's set up correctly, and it should arm.
Has he
What?
tried to throttle up since?
I have a question
I mean, if he's
because
looking
this
for
is
the motor to spin, maybe motor stopped and turned on or something.
this is what I don't understand. He was trying to arm it, but I hear bind mode, so he can't be in the model mode when he's arming it.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying, Mitch?
Yeah, you need to be back. Yeah,
You
but
have
yes
to be
and
in the
no.
model mode.
Yes and no. Not necessarily, because the
Well, I
quad
mean, let's
respo-
at least try that. I don't know. It just seems like he's in the
Okay.
bind.
Are you back at the main? Are you back at the main screen
Yeah,
Brian,
I mean, I'm on where it shows
on the
model.
radio? Yeah, the
On
main
the radio?
model screen
Yeah.
on
I'm
the
wondering
radio.
now, why can't I get my stuff back on my goggles?
Maybe the battery.
Nah, battery's good. I haven't used this. Well, it could be. I mean, I got snow, but that's all I got. And I got the blue lettering on top. It's not giving me any
Unplug the
bad
quad
messages or anything.
and
but-
do a new battery.
Yeah, try a new battery.
How about a new battery, Brian?
No. No new battery. Only got
You
Well,
don't have
one.
another
unplug the
battery?
quad. Unplug the quad and plug it back in. The battery on the quad. Did you unplug it?
Oh, okay. Now see, okay, when I unplug it,
Telemetry lost.
just now it said telemetry lost. So
Yeah,
when I
it's because
plug
your
it back
receiver
in,
went off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I plug it back in, it should pick it up automatically.
Not necessarily.
So that's what
wouldn't
I'm
worry
saying. That's
about
why I'm
that.
going to the bind thing all the time.
No.
No.
Don't, ignore those. Ignore those messages completely. They're meaningless. I mean, they have meaning, but
How many times have you bound this?
More times than I can count.
Mitch, how do you? Well, never mind. I don't know. No.
Okay. No bad RX now.
Okay.
Okay, when you arm it.
I just turn the drone off, turn the goggles off.
And you're in the model page now,
Yeah, I'm in the
right?
model page. I'm not.
Put the battery in and fly that prick thing.
Nope.
Please.
It's still doing the same thing. It's flicking that light and no motor's coming on.
Yeah, but if motor stop is clicked, they're not gonna spin when you arm
Well,
it.
Why don't we just try to
you mean
bind
motor,
to
you
it?
mean in the configure? Why in the hell would he have motor stop selected in the configuration
I
page?
don't know.
All right, plug it back into Betaflight again.
Okay. Hey, anything could be going on here. I'm
It
not.
was Joshua
Plug it.
Bardwell's
I'm not
not
the smartest
configure
dude.
it, suggestion.
Plug it back into Betaflight. I mean, everything was wrong to start with, Brian. So we are zeroing in on it. You had your
Yeah.
channel mapping wrong. You had
Look at me,
no.
I'm flying.
You had no ARM switches. You had no mode switches. All right, go to the configuration tab.
Okay.
Let's scroll down and let's see what you have turned on. Hold on a second. Scroll back up again. Scroll back up. Up to the top. D-Shot 600. Okay, that's good. All right, now scroll down. All right, hold it. Stop right there. I don't see any tab that says motor stop.
Hang on, I'm not
Do
at the
you,
bottom.
Ed?
I
No, the
can't-
bottom is all.
it's-
That's
it's
all
too
error. That's
small
all
for me
error.
to see.
Now, every one of those things every one of those warning messages at the bottom is beeper is turned off for some reason. I have never seen that.
He
All right,
could
well-
change the RX Lost one.
No, but I mean all the beeper messages
Clear
are turned
cars?
off. I don't know if do the Tiny Hawks come that way
No,
or
no.
they come with every one of those is turned on, isn't it? In a Tiny Hawk
Scroll down, Brian.
normally.
Because I've never messed with any of this stuff.
Yeah, turn every one of those things. Just turn every one of those things on.
I don't think mine came with them on.
Really?
Yeah. No, none of these are on for me.
Are you looking at yours now?
I could do it.
All that is that's just beeper.
That's what I was
That's-
thinking. I mean,
yeah.
it shouldn't. Some of these I can figure out. I would not want them on. Yeah. what the-
You're never going to notice any of that stuff.
Yeah, I know. Okay, like armed. That'd be nice. That's actually not a bad thing. USB. That way it tells me when it's actually plugged in. Crash.
No, but that's not what's happening. That's
Save
not
and reboot.
what's happening. I'm sorry I said anything.
Well, it doesn't hurt though, does it? I mean, when it comes to
It's
stuff
just
like
that every quad that I ever set up had just virtually every one of those things was always turned on. I never fool with any of them.
where was I at?
Configuration. But I don't see any reason there why it's not. Now go back to the receiver tabs. I mean the modes tab. Click the ARM switch.
Something's wrong.
The ARM switch.
Yeah, see, now before when I did the arms, well, no, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. Oops. Oops.
Is that? Have you been trying to arm it with the wrong switch?
Yeah, but it's doing it.
This
Bottom
whole
left.
time you've been hitting the wrong switch.
No. Like I was telling Carlos the other day, I've got, you know how many switches are on this thing. I've tried every switch on the top to make
No.
it work for me.
No.
What do you guess?
You
Are
tell it.
testing
You
your way through
decide.
this? I'm
You
sorry, go ahead.
decide which. You decide which switch you want to arm the
Right,
quad.
right.
And the one that you should use, I don't care what anybody else says, I don't care who they are or how they fly or what the hell they think they're doing, this switch in the upper corner right here
That's the one that's
is the arm switch.
Okay.
Disarmed should always be down.
Well, let me
Arm
ask you
should
this.
always wait. Arm should always be up. Okay. Now, maybe you don't like that, but 99.9% of people who fly have it that way, and that way, if you set it up that way, some fool isn't going to grab your transmitter and think it's set up differently and arm the quad when he doesn't want to and
Here's
kill
the thing.
somebody.
This one right here, the red one, I would think that that would be for something like arming because that's important, but it's a 3-position switch. So I
Yes,
thought,
and the red cover on there is
So this one right
is-
here, the one you're talking about, is a 2-position switch.
yes, and
This
that's
one
your
is
arm
just
switch.
arming.
That's your arm switch.
Brian, the red one is to call Batman.
Oh,
The red one is because Ken
Cardinal did not mention that.
the red switch is because Ken Dono likes bling on his transmitters. That serves no purpose, and no transmitters come with colored things on them. That's something that he put on there, and it means
Okay.
nothing. Okay, so this switch right here is what the majority of people use to arm. And
that's
this
where it's
switch over here, even if Carlos doesn't like it, is what the majority of the people use as the mode switch, right there.
Well, I'm in the minority as far as the mode switch goes. I
Well,
like
then you're a
mine
fool.
on the
Then
right.
you're an old fool.
Well, I
Ed,
won't-
hoorah, Ed. Come on, when his first transmitter was made out of stone.
And meanwhile, 50,000 people want to be my friend on Facebook, and my friggin' phone keeps going off every 5 minutes with friend
Uh-oh.
Good for
requests.
you, man. That's good.
I don't want that many friends.
We got 19 people in here watching me make a damn fool of myself. Look at this.
Yeah, all right. So,
Send him a link
in
to your live stream.
so we're sure we know what the mode switch is now. Which switch is your mode set up on, Brian? Show me. Show me your radio and show me what's armed and what's disarmed.
Okay. Can you see that?
No, pick it up. Pick it up and hold it up in front of the camera and show me the switch.
This is armed.
Towards you. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And disarmed is back, towards the back.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know what to tell you, man. Everything is
Well,
set
I'll
up
tell
right.
you what,
Beta flight.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the hell happened?
If you're hitting the right,
Oh,
if you're hitting
shit.
the, what? What'd you forget?
Transmitter battery's fixing to bite the dust.
All right.
So I tell you what,
But-
let me disconnect real quick. I'm gonna try one more time. Oh, disconnect.
I say you rebind to the bad boy because this guy's been
You
binding
know,
and
you know what I'm,
binding
you
and
know what I'm
binding.
beginning to learn. You know what I'm beginning to learn is there's a reason why you don't see a lot of drone troubleshooting live streams on YouTube.
But we can at least try.
We're trying, but I'll tell you what. Every time we seem to try this stuff, it just gets more and more frustrating trying to repair
Can we just
something like
bind
this.
to it one more time new, like you never
No,
done
it's
it before?
bound, Carlos. It's bound. If it wasn't
is
bound,
bound.
if it wasn't bound, the
Well, could it
switches wouldn't
hurt?
show up
It
on
takes
beta
only
flight.
3 minutes.
Yes, it could hurt. If
Oh,
it ain't
Chris
broke,
Hope
don't
is
fix
Hey,
it.
Chris.
I'm gonna rebind because it's not working.
Hey, son.
Although my lights do look different when I'm hitting the arm switch now.
You need to put his damn
Nice.
radio
It's gotta be
in mode
Let me
2.
do this again. I'll show you. Hang on a sec.
The only difference, and that's not why.
What's up, Chris Hope?
Okay. Y'all see that
I'm
light?
just saying that's why all his
Brian,
settings
you have a
are
light
so
right there
off
Yeah.
above
the
you.
grid.
Probably
See that
better off
shit?
turning the bright light off.
Yeah. Hey, what?
Yeah.
Hey, Bardwell's on. Let's get him involved.
Yes. He owes me time and money. Y'all see this
Maybe you'll
now?
hop on your stream.
Yes, no, maybe.
I don't. You don't have another. You don't have another radio transmitter.
Holy
You're
shit.
different. What?
Hey,
They just started.
It worked.
Yeah.
What did you get
I'm
for it?
holding it in my hand.
Because
and
he's
it's started.
far away from his radio. I'm telling you, he was too
All right,
close.
arm it now and see what happens.
Just go fly.
Take it up.
Why,
That's
you
it.
fool?
Wait, hook up the SkyDroid.
Put it in angle mode. And
Mode switch all the way down.
it is. It's running.
I am out of here.
Hey, go fly.
Damn.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right, Brian.
All right, it's
Piece
I
of
Chris
have
Hope's
no
turn.
idea what we just did.
Now do
So-
it again.
Brian,
That's the way it happens sometimes.
piece of cake, Brian. Piece of cake.
Well, actually, though, because like I said, I did learn quite a few things just now.
I know what just happened. You want the answer? The answer is he was hitting the wrong switch to arm, and he just realized this whole time.
You
Yeah.
think?
And
you
then
think?
he hit the right one.
And now
You could
these
tell us,
things are
Brian. We won't
completely
laugh that long.
Is that what you were hitting the mode switch trying to arm? Is that what you were doing?
Tell
No,
the
that's
truth.
just what Carlos said.
Oh, all right. So
Well,
were
it's
you hitting the
possible
right
that you
switch?
were. Because when you hit the mode switch, it does blink the lights funny.
And that's yeah, it'll do that. Yeah. See, now I need to go in though after we're done here because I do want to set up all the switches the way I know they're supposed to be, according to King Bardwell.
Now
No.
do
You
it the way I
arm
tell
it
you.
down,
The
are
way
you?
I tell you right here. Allow me to show you in big, easy to understand ways. This is the most traditional method. Okay, arm, 2-position switch, mode, 3-position switch, angle, horizon, acro. Okay, beeper is the momentary switch in the back, and I use this one here for flip over.
Did you see what BMAC
After
just
crash.
did in the chat?
Yeah.
Holy cow, Brian! Oh,
Because
my
I'm
God,
here.
look at you.
That's, let me see. There's
Holy
1,
cow.
2, 3, 4. There's 5 of us, $10 each. Okay, great. Thanks, BMAC.
Wow.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, after YouTube gets done with it, you'll get about $3.50 each.
Yeah, I get we get $1.72. Yeah, and then if we're not careful, they withhold 24% withholding tax on top
That
of it.
was very nice of
Brian.
you,
Very nice.
Brian.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I
And
And
appreciate
you
it.
paid
feel
for that
cheap.
freaking attitude from this old prick. I can't believe
Yeah.
that. Holy shit. He should owe you money. Get some change out of him.
Oh, I am so happy. Now it's going to be raining tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Well, fly it in the
Fly in
house.
the house.
now.
I'm going
Go
to fly it in the
now.
house.
Yeah.
You can fly that. You
Yeah.
can fly that in the house. But
Well, I got to
thank
charge
you.
the thing.
You can
Like
watch it
That
right
was
there.
not really necessary, Brian. But I appreciate it.
That's very cool. I'm glad to see that battery warning comes out on my transmitter.
Brian, do you have any like handcuffs from your father when he, since he was a cop, left over? Just handcuff your wife to the bed and
Hi,
tell her,
Mike.
I'm flying
Mike
this
Rose
thing.
is here.
Stop bothering me. And just
Not,
All right,
it's not,
you
it's
can,
not what you need to worry about, man. I have killer cats in the house. They can jump 8 to 10 feet.
the cats.
I'm
Gotcha.
going to close
Scared
out
of it.
your share. I'm going to
They-
close out your share, or you
They
can close
pretty
your
much
share.
destroyed. Hey, they destroyed my Tiny Hawk 1. That's
Huh?
Really? Mine ran.
Wow.
Hey, Brian,
Yeah, right?
close your
Why don't you sit there
share
and watch
screen.
it?
Close
Okay.
out. Stop sharing your share screen.
sorry about that. There we go.
Oh no, that's okay. There we go. All right, good. I'm glad we finally got it working.
Makes two of us.
It wasn't just one thing that was wrong. It was everything that was wrong.
Let me tell you what that feeling of power was. That it actually started when I was holding it. I'm thinking to myself, I am just by holding it. I'm making it turn. I'm making it
You
work.
have. It's a God thing. It is absolutely a God thing. Well,
Put it in
that's
the
good.
air. Put it in the air. Fly it. Fly it. Fly it.
I got ceiling fans going. I got dogs here. It ain't happening.
Carlos is still
They
cleaning.
have a switch that you do, and you just, the ceiling fan turns off.
By the way, will this do the turtle mode thing?
Let me see, Carl.
Yes.
Back in the day.
It will. It will.
Okay.
Just you got to set up a switch for it.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing. I couldn't remember when you were telling me when I was setting up the switches. I said I never missed turtle mode. That's the one I want to make sure works.
Well, I'll tell you, every time I use turtle mode with a Tiny Hawk, I end up throwing a prop off of it somehow. So I stopped doing that.
Got plenty of those.
Is that a fact, really? You throw props?
For me, it was every time.
Wow.
Time I try turtle mode, I end up with missing a prop somewhere. So I just gave up on that.
I don't have
Never
turtle
used
mode. for
turtle
that thing.
mode. I've
On one of
never
them.
activated turtle mode.
I'm with you, Ed. Unless you're in a place where you can't get to the quad, and it's like up in a tree or your last ditch effort,
On a
you
roof
risk
somewhere.
if you have. Let me give you an example. If you have something wrapped around the motor, a piece of grass or something, you can burn out a motor or an ESC. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk.
I don't like
Uh,
that
I
you
think.
can hit a motor wire like you said, or the what do they call the battery lead? Anyway, a special
can-
hello to Mike Roche. I like that guy.
Mike,
Yeah,
well,
Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Sorry.
My turtle
But if
mode
you
is
wind up on
Carlos.
a
Did you
roof,
get that?
you're gonna want turtle mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you got a
exactly.
ladder.
If you're upside down someplace where you can't get to the quad, it's
Or
good.
if you're on a moving van.
a moving truck.
That happened to me
I
once.
noticed, Brian,
No
that you
better.
had your arming angle set to 180. You know what that means, don't? That was correct.
That's good.
But you know what that is? In Betaflight, there's a setting that it says arming angle, and it's a safety thing. They originally put it in there so that if you're carrying the drone and you accidentally hit the arm switch and it's not level, it won't arm. But that screws you up. If you get stuck in a tree upside down, you want to be able to fire it up to try to get out of the tree.
That's what
So-
I was-
Okay, hey, let me ask you something then to that end. When you're, because, and I've been talking about getting a different transmitter anyway. This thing is a box. But here's the thing. If your throttle switch is all the way up, because I do worry about hitting that arm switch, if your throttle switch is up, would the arm switch work?
No.
No.
Not supposed
No.
to.
That's
No,
a good thing.
the arm
Even
switch
if
will
it's-
only work when the throttle is at its low point. That's
See,
a
that's good to know,
that's a safety. And then there are some people who set up another thing. There are some people who have the
Double arm.
momentary switch set up where you actually have to hold the momentary switch at the same time you arm or it won't arm. You know, there's a number of different ways, safety things. But I found that like Carlos has always said, he says when he usually just leaves his throttle up like this when he's not flying, and that way if somebody actually hits the arm switch, nothing will happen. Because the
You know,
throttle
if I
has
had
to be
something
down first.
heavier, if I had like one of those big quads, I could see where that dual switch setup for arming would be a good idea.
Nah, depending
No.
on the butt.
Yeah,
The
but
only thing you
you-
do is just leave
What
it
am
in
I
the
gonna
mid
hurt?
position.
What am I going to hurt with this thing?
Even with the big quads, you just have to be cognizant of what you're doing. You know,
Okay.
don't plug your battery in until you're ready to fly.
Look at this guy.
Yeah,
Actually, cut Carlos's face.
that's just a little
Alright.
nick. Have any of you guys ever seen the back of a
Charlie
manatee?
drew blood today.
Have any of you guys ever seen the back of a manatee that's been hit
Oh,
by a boat
yeah.
propeller?
They're
It's sliced
all
like
chewed
this.
up.
That's
Well,
got to
I over the course of my career at RC, I have seen some horrendous accidents with some of these big engines and big propellers, and I've seen guys that had their arms sliced every inch right down to the bone, like it was done with a meat cleaver, and they go to the hospital and 200 stitches later they manage to get them back together. And these little quad blades, these little 5-inch blades spinning at 35,000 RPM will tear you up. And I get to the point when I'm around people that aren't safe, I just leave. I don't even want to be anywhere near them. But they're plugging the shit in the house. You got to be crazy. And yet
Crazy
people
like
think, well,
off-road
I'll be
drones.
careful. I'll be careful. Have you ever seen a drone just flip out when something isn't set right? And you arm it and it just goes, and takes off for the moon? You want to be leaning over that thing when that happens? People, they do
Yeah,
that,
forget
and
about
they
that
don't
one.
they don't
It's
think
not
about it. They don't care. And you got to have respect for the damage that these things can do to flesh. You know, flesh is soft. It's like sticking your hand in a blender.
I didn't think a tiny hawk could actually draw blood, but it can.
Even those tiny little props can chew you up pretty good.
Yeah. This is
So-
what happened today from the tiny hawk. Look at all that blood.
Charlie
that's
cut
it.
my face. Actually,
Yeah,
what's
but-
even worse? So Charlie and I said, all right. Well, I said, all right, Charlie, let's see how far we can go with your tiny hawk. So we just keep going and going. He's following me. Finally, it just lands Mind you, we're talking on a phone, and there's not that much of a delay. What, a half a second, Charlie? All right, Charlie. Anyway, he almost armed and took my face off. Fucking guy. Dangerous.
That was complete accident. There was a
Oh,
delay.
yeah, that makes me feel better. I'm sorry.
Well,
There was a delay.
some of these guys just scare the shit out of me.
And then I think I've already told you guys that, man, when the minute his drone goes down, I mean, he's up off that chair like a spring, like a kid just, he lost his child in the playground and somebody's trying to
Only
take
one
his
that-
child.
No, only when
That's
it's in
because
danger.
he's in a hurry to disinfect the damn thing.
Ah.
He's worried. He's got those plastic eating bacteria get on there, and
Yeah.
Oh, you know what was good today? So Paul has grass, and in the back there's a little bit of dirt, and he crashes, and he's right side up, and he's about to get up. I said, Charlie, you could take off. He goes, but it's dirt.
do you have a
But wait a minute. You told me dirt is bad. Don't land it.
do you have a landing pad?
Show him your landing
Charlie?
pad, Charlie.
Two of them.
Yeah.
There's a big one, and he has
Okay.
one just
No,
for a
I-
little drone.
I got a small
Okay.
one.
You got a small
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Too
So
funny.
Carlos,
The rabbi told me.
did you see my time? It's you're not going to get by a live stream without watching some of my flying.
No.
You know that.
All
don't
right.
you?
I look
I
forward
thought we
to
were
it.
going to show some of ours today. Ours was
No,
fun.
okay, but I'm gonna show you a little bit of mine.
Charlie has some. I
Because
know.
we're talking about Tiny Hawks, and I actually took the
Oh, you
Tiny
flew
Hawk
it?
out. Yeah, I took the Tiny Hawk out to the park here, and here, let me just do it. I'll just do it this way, so you guys over there. And this was the other day.
He's got the crosshair.
I'm surprised
Ti-
you have the crosshair too. Anyway, go
Tiny
ahead.
Hawk. I don't even. I normally don't like it, and I don't even notice that it's there, and I just noticed
Right.
in this thing. This one's for you, Carlos. This flight. Okay.
All right, we're starting out with a left. Oh, Ed, check it out.
Oh, look at this, the
Excavator.
Ah,
Nice.
Nice. And he's coming back to do it again.
Coming back
But
around.
he's making left
Boom.
turns to come back. Oh, you saved it. You saved it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't edit out my faux pas.
No, why?
But this was the first. I haven't flown this Tiny Hawk in quite a while.
We have fun
And,
flying this, the three of us, just goofing off and trying. Well, I try to knock them down while they fly.
Oh,
And,
I got some
Pretty
great
good at
footage for that.
But I'm
Mr.
whipping around. I mean, I'm having a good old time with this.
but isn't
thing,
it fun?
you know?
And you don't have to worry about it, like breaking it, hurting anyone, or any of that.
But I mean, it was moving along pretty good.
What exactly? This is still the sewer project?
Yeah, they're just about cleaning it up. This was a few days
Nice.
ago. This was
Nice,
just a couple
nice
days
left
ago.
turn. Did you see it, Paul? Another left turn. Nice.
Yeah, you're
I
doing
wasn't
good,
paying
man.
attention.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. This is not
No, you're
bad.
doing really good.
No, it's not bad at all. It looks great.
It's like full throttle for the Tiny Hawk.
Watch this, man. Watch me.
Oh, right. Almost the right.
Orbit the car here. Orbit the pilot.
Nice.
Here, watch this, man. Here, a little orbit the pilot.
Wow.
Pretty neat, huh?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
Mitch,
good.
one day, just for shits and giggles, if you don't mind, open your two windows in the back and see if you can fly
I
through,
Fly
was gonna say that.
And fly
through the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just
absolutely.
something different.
Come
Well, you
in
know-
the back hatch and go out
But
one
I
of
like
the
the
front
low
windows.
flying, making Paul look like he's the new Miss Daisy. The way you're flying. That's it, Paul.
Yeah.
That's it. You got to hear these two guys, Paul. Oh, I fly good until Carlos tells me to try doing this and that. Then I just can't fly anymore.
It's not just me. We have two people
Flying around, having fun. And Carl's like, well, go here, go there, turn left, go up.
See the right turn, Carlos? You see that? You
Nice
see the
one,
right
too.
turns? Yeah.
Yep.
Just for you.
And yesterday, Charlie was playing liftoff, couldn't pull a roll off to save his life.
It's completely different than real life.
Well,
You get it.
I wasn't doing a lot of rolling with this Tiny Hawk.
It's hard to roll with this. You need a lot of height.
Look how close I am to the ground.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so when you roll, you're going to lose altitude.
Yeah, you
Depends.
give it a little punch. You give it a little punch first, and then roll, and then bring the throttle in as it's coming back
Okay.
around.
There you go.
There's your roll. You got it.
Yeah, I did a little flip. I'm not much for flippies with the little Tiny Hawks. I like to do nice slow rolls with the bigger quads.
Slow
You could
flow,
probably
man.
You were high enough. You probably could have done that a little slower. But
How about a back flip or like a long?
You know,
whatever
I
they
just
call
don't.
it.
I like.
Power
I
loop.
just like flying. You know,
I hear
I'm
you.
not flipping and
Yeah,
flopping. You know, it's,
See, that's all
Not my
I do.
thing.
But man, I'd have been on the ground like 2 minutes ago because I'd have hit something by now.
That's
Nah,
what's good
once
about
A
you-
wide
Tiny
open
Hawk.
field,
You
I'm going
can
to find something to hit.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. At
but wait,
first, Brian.
Carlos. The best is coming.
It's yet to
Wait-
come.
Wait till you see the landing here. Ready?
Oh, if it's on the pad, I'm going to come through the screen and kick it.
Wow.
Nice.
It's almost on the H.
Show off.
Pretty
You got Velcro on the landing pad.
Not bad.
Oh, man.
Give you that
And you
much.
want to know something? Hey, Carlos, wait a minute. I'm not done. Watch. This is the second flight, okay? And I'm not gonna make you sit through the whole flight, but I'm gonna take you right through
Shucks.
to the end of the flight. All right, I'm gonna take you through to the end of the flight here.
I like the excavator.
And,
Doing it like nothing.
Yeah.
That took
Just-
Ed about 2 years to figure out. No, I'm only kidding. Just
Well, it
kidding, Ed.
This is kind of a fun little place to fly because with the trees, and then they added
Oh,
the
yeah.
excavator on top of everything.
But the thing is, you're flying over dirt. You can't land it on dirt. Right, Charlie?
Is that dirt? Oh, shit.
Well, you just have to. Hey, Art, thank you, man. Art, go give me a $5 super chat. Happy Memorial
Wow.
Day to you too,
Wow.
my friend.
I'm forgetting up here.
It is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial
All
Day.
right, watch, Carlos. Watch, coming up, second time. Just so you don't think the first time landing on the
Was
pad
luck.
was a
You see,
was a
Charlie,
fluke.
what he said?
Watch.
Yeah, I heard what you said.
Just so you don't think the first one was a fluke.
That's right. That's what I was just telling Charlie the other day.
There
nice.
you go.
Nice.
Perfect.
Okay, hey, Mitch, the only way I
Yes.
know to land mine, and I'm going back to Tiny Hawk 1, is I just hit the arm switch and it just follows when it's near
Well,
me.
you should, but when that's how you land them. When you get them somewhere near where you want to set them down.
Because you look like
kill
you
it.
actually landed that thing.
I did,
did.
but if you notice, they'll bounce a couple times.
Well,
if-
yeah,
if
it's going
you
to
do.
bounce a little bit.
It's called
Yeah, but
throttle
the
control.
idea is to get right to where you know it's gone and it's almost there, and then you disarm so you don't get the bounce.
Takes a while. Gotta be
Takes
patient.
practice. Charlie's been doing it.
All right, Carlos.
Charlie's
So
been
there
doing
you go.
great.
Now
All
you.
right, Charlie,
now
you going to share a flight of chasing?
some
Do you have
flights with
anything
us?
good? Bum?
Oh,
I was just
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to knock him down all day.
I can't. I'm not on my computer. So we're
I
gonna-
saw one video,
Oh,
and I didn't even.
No,
It's
I didn't.
I don't
I didn't see any of today's. This is just old stuff.
it's just we have so much footage to go through. It's ridiculous.
I'm very scared about today's footage. It's gonna get used against me. I know it.
Oh no,
Yeah,
but you got to give him credit. He was trying to gap these gates in air mode in a small. What do they
Yeah, I
call
was
it?
on air mode all
In
day.
a small. I mean, considering it's a nice size backyard, but small in quad
Well, you're
size.
doing great, though. I mean, you guys are all doing great. You're learning, and
No, but this guy, I'm a little jealous because he learned really fast.
What
Well,
happened to Ed? Did he lose power? Oh.
he Paul was the same way. He had you with the bullwhip over there, beating the shit out of him. You know.
He did, man.
It's all
I
really
got
about the
the scars
batteries.
to prove it.
Yeah.
The batteries. All right, I'll share this one real quick if you haven't seen it already. It was raining. What was it? 50 degrees out, and we still went out.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
Hey, you know, y'all's weather made the national news down here?
Did it?
It sure did.
This is
saw
Roosevelt
Oh,
Field
this one.
Mall.
Yeah, I saw one of the ones that you were from the parking garage.
Oh, I must have 50 clips.
You see my comment on this video? I think was it's not. It's
Soft
good that you
cement.
have all that nice soft concrete to hit. Yeah.
But But even Charlie did good down here.
I hit
And
it
this
all
is
right.
his second trip here. The first time.
Well,
You know what I
that's-
like? I
that's
love watching
great
the
for
lines go
throttle.
by.
That's great for throttle control, flying
Yes.
it around in those places.
No, Charlie did good.
And also making sure you don't hit the ceiling. So it makes you.
Well, that's part of
Watch the
throttle
puppet
control.
That's
Exactly.
Oh.
throttle control, yeah.
Got it.
Because initially when you start off, you bounce off the ceiling and the floor inside, and that
Yeah, that was my first
contains
day.
it. I never forget it. First time I started flying, these little
you miss
whoops and
that
the
gate?
goggles, I didn't know what I was doing, and I had the little what was it, the M80 Eachine?
Oh, yeah.
I
that was
took it
my first one.
outside. I took it outside, and the next thing I'm looking, and I'm up in the stratosphere with this
Mm-hmm.
little thing.
That happened to me the first time I used a 3S battery.
Said,
Just
holy
took
shit!
off.
I'm up. I'm in the stratosphere. I see the curvature of the Earth from here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I crashed.
Now, see here, turtle mode would be a good idea.
I have it. I used it once or twice, I think, there.
I always throw a damn prop with those tiny hawks with the turtle mode.
Paul was lucky enough to have dolphin mode on one flight at the end.
Yeah. Thanks for taking it out of the sewage for me.
Oh, my God. And Charlie was very thankful that I had a bottle of alcohol
that's right.
because we didn't use it on the quads. We used it on us.
Yeah.
It's like, ew. Paul,
Hey,
did you
Matt.
disinfect that bad boy?
So Carlos, I
It's,
went to the park. I went to the park this morning, and it was kind of gray, but there was a couple of guys there that were flying seaplanes out of one of the little retention ponds.
that would be cool.
Not your retention ponds. So I see them, and I never saw them there before. So I pull over to say hello, and I went, and right out in the middle of the retention pond where they're flying their airplanes is a 6-foot alligator. And
Oh,
yet floating, just floating in the center of their retention pond, and so they're trying to take off and land without hitting the alligator. But I had never noticed the gator there before. But sure enough,
did it have a LiPo battery and a Session 5 hooked up?
yeah, yeah.
You have anything to share, guys? Bum?
Yeah, I got one to share, sure.
Yeah,
It has
sure.
to be faster than 5 miles an hour, please.
Well, this is one where I took off and I flew through. Am I sharing? Is it there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is this when we flew to the flag?
I was looking for that, and I found this one. This is where I flew to the front of the house, and I completely lost signal.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it was all staticky, but I flew through it, and I managed to come back. Here we go. I'm coming to the front of the house, and it just
Too
went
low. Right there,
completely
low.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, whoa, damn!
Oh,
I just
go
kicked
up?
the
Yeah, you
throttle
went
up. I
up.
went up higher and came back over the top of the house.
That was E2? That's
At the
surprising.
post office.
When in doubt, throttle out.
That's it,
Well,
baby.
Hopefully.
Getting to know you. Getting to know
He's in
you.
air mode, right? Look at him. He's in air mode. That's unusual for Paul in his place. We were all in air mode back here. Crashing.
I
Charlie.
found that I like it better.
Poor
I
Charlie.
do like it better now.
Yeah, well, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. Wow, look at that. That's like a water ride.
To me, there's no other reason to. there's
Oh,
no
we
other
got
mode
Matt's
to
here,
fly.
Northeast Drone Production. Hi, Matt. How you
Is
doing,
he
buddy?
here?
Yeah.
Matt.
Good to
He's
see
here.
you.
Kaboom.
Unlimited Vertical is here.
Matt!
Good to see
I'm
you.
sorry about your
Minnesota
dad,
Paul,
buddy.
good to see you. Saw your
Yeah.
video today.
Mitch,
Yeah.
I got a 30-second FPV to show you.
Oh, okay. Did you
It's
just
from
shoot
this
it in the
morning.
house? Oh,
It's
okay.
from this morning.
What
All
quad?
right, we're going to get FPV from BMAC?
Yeah.
Are we still watching yours, Paul?
Well, you don't have to. I'll shut it off.
No.
Mine-
It's okay.
Mine's only 30 seconds long, which is about how long my flights last.
Mine's got about another
No, go ahead
4
and
and a
run
half
it.
hours to go. So
Yeah, keep it running. Yeah.
I think it's running. Wait, where are we?
No, it's yeah. I guess
Oh,
there.
there we go.
There we go.
Oh. I did make that hoop once or twice today.
Looks like I crashed.
Yeah. Boom into the ladder.
What was going on
Under
with your
ladder.
video, Paul? Your video was breaking up real bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he beat
I don't
the
know.
hell out of that bird.
Yeah. Look, at this point, I'm only 25 milliwatts. I didn't boost it until
Oh,
late.
right. You're right. Well, that's probably one of the reasons.
Yeah.
That's
I
definitely.
did put it up to 200.
And I was one
Today I
channel away
did
from
that.
you.
I'm gonna go get my
I'm
SD
trying
card,
to-
see if I have
Trying
some.
to chase Carlos is flying around. One of these guys is flying around. I'm trying to chase him.
I'm getting seasick. I'll be right back.
Yeah. See, that's what happens when I fly. I get seasick. That's why I fly this way. I'd probably coming in for a landing. Did I hit it? Did I hit it? Did I hit it?
Come on,
Yes.
hey, way to go!
Right on target.
All right.
Target gives you free landing pads.
Okay, so
30 seconds.
Let's,
to Brian. We gotta wait for
okay,
Carlos
here we
to come
go.
back.
Brian, I got you on there.
This is
Oh,
not
gonna
long,
miss
don't
it.
worry.
That's okay.
That's what the rabbi said.
A rabbi thing.
So, what quad is this?
This is the Instant 360 quad.
Oh.
Look at
What do you have the
look,
Instant
look at that.
360 on?
That's
What
cheap.
quad do you have the Instant 360 on?
He has it on his toes.
He's doing a,
Not even flying. Oh, he's holding it.
he's doing
That's
a
cool.
Ron Lockwood thing.
You can
I
really
thought that was
fool
pretty
people with
badass.
that.
All right, guys. This is
Takes great video. Go ahead, Minto.
this is my Tyro 129. When you can tell by the props in the shot. Look at that.
I was gonna say, is that the Tyrell 129?
That's the 7-inch deal.
That's the clearest photo video props I've ever seen.
Well, it's a DJI, but that's a 7-inch quad running iNav. Okay. So the cool thing is, as we get into the flight, I'll do I hit the return to home switch, and it actually comes back and lands itself.
Might as well have a
like a
GPS
Mavic.
channel.
You know what I like about seeing the props like that is it helps you like realize how level you are with the horizon or not.
Really? The props do that for you?
I'm just saying, look
And
at the props in the horizon.
I think it lets you know that you're flying in a machine rather than just the camera. But look, I mean, this thing is getting up and scooting, man.
Oh,
I was gonna say it's moving pretty quick.
Well, it's a 7-inch.
see?
It gets up and goes, and iNav, when you're in acro mode, flies now every bit as good as Betaflight. The filtering they have is superb. The control, the PID tunings. I'm just flying this 7-inch quad more and more, and this was that $129 deal, you know.
Oh, iNav isn't something you put on the quad. iNav is just instead of Betaflight.
Instead of Betaflight, it's very similar to Betaflight, but it has a lot of GPS functions. And but when you throw it in acro mode, in fact, unless you're using the GPS modes, it's a derivative of Betaflight. It does pretty much the same thing, and it flies great. And I just put the newest version of iNav on this quad, and this was the test flight of it, and they're really nailing it down now. They've got look at, I mean, this is not stabilized footage. This is smooth.
You got some
No
distance there
oscillations.
too, and it's no breakup. That's good.
No, well, that's the DJI system. It's a goggles recording, but
Yeah.
It's the air unit. So
now, yeah, but smooth and there, you guys want to see flips and rolls? There you go. For you,
thanks, Mitch.
no problem.
More.
We don't want to see flips and rolls.
Now I
We
want
see
to show
something
you.
exciting.
I want to show you the return to home. Is it? The neat thing is it's got the switch which I call an all shit switch, because if you ever get in trouble or anything happens or you lose your video feed and your goggles and all of a sudden you see black, or you throw the switch and the thing just comes home and lands, and it didn't cost a fortune like the DJI FPV quad, and I guarantee you this thing flies better than that does in acro mode.
Oh yeah, and acro, forget it. That big, heavy, clunky thing. And why would you want? I guess it has its thing. I guess I could.
Oh,
see
well, you know,
everything.
in beta flight they use GPS rescue, but in iNav it actually has a full landing function, and
I know you showed us.
well, you're going to see it again.
You think?
Are we
Sooner or
so
later.
lucky?
I haven't seen this very flight though. This looks
No, you
simple.
haven't, because I just flew this like 3-4 days ago. I've been flying. I've managed to fly every morning, every day this week. I've been out there.
That's a
Good.
good thing.
Good.
But I got to tell you, I had a good time with that big old airplane yesterday. That was fun.
It's awesome just cruising
I
around.
love that.
Just, I do this. I go out every morning when I can, as long as the weather permitting. I go out. I pick up my partner between 7 and 7:30 every morning. I'm at the park at 5:30 in the morning. Then let me
I
get
think
a
this
couple
may
of
be-
batteries in.
This may be where I hit return to home. No, not yet. Where are we doing this thing?
Man, because you're a good ways away too.
Charlie, you didn't find any flights where
Well,
we were going
the
towards
range,
flag?
the range on Brian, the range on this DJI system is miles. The video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
the,
want to be going that fast when it comes to miles.
and the crossfire system is miles. So the cool thing that I enjoy about flying this quad is I can just enjoy the flying because I've got the fail-safe return to home, I've got the switch return to home, and I've got all the range of those. Carlos, there's your little pond. Wave. There it is. That was return to home. Okay, I just clicked it. So now basically I'm not doing shit. The quad is doing it all by itself.
That's kind of cool.
I think I asked you this once before, but while it's coming back home, could you yaw left and right and look around, and it'll still continue its?
You can if you want. I don't do it. This one I had just reinstalled iNav, the newest version, and I was testing the return to home. I wanted to see if I needed to increase the return to home speed, and I did, because it was creeping along like less than 10 miles an hour, and all those
Right.
things you set up.
But you
But
could
Making
yaw
us
left.
watch his drone land.
It is going to bounce around a little bit because it doesn't have a camera gimbal like the DJI drones, but that's when you think about it, it's actually pretty steady. You'll see it if there's a wind from the side. Now there's where it turns around and
Big.
faces the
Oh.
direction where it takes off, and now it's just descended all by itself.
Vertical. That's like a
Yeah, it's just-
vertical.
Yeah,
Just right. It's right over the home point, and it's just descending. And when it gets down close to the ground, it slows its rate of descent, and
At this
lands.
point, all flying ability went out the window. He's operating it now.
Carlos
Tell
is
him,
just jealous. Look at this. Look
Oh,
at this.
yeah.
But look at
Look
the
at-
horizon and look at his props, so they're dead on. You know.
Right.
That was
Now it's
that was the landing. Well, that was the end of the video. So it started over
And now
again. But
it's
that
I don't know
That's
that.
pretty
I
cool. I
personally
think that's
wouldn't
pretty
use
cool.
props for a horizon marker.
That looped, and that was the takeoff right after that again, Mitch.
that was just the video was looping. No, the video looped
Right.
back to the beginning.
Because
Yeah.
that was like dead on at the exact same spot.
Well, what happens is
Dead
as soon
on.
as you disarm it, it immediately stops the recording, and as soon as you arm
know.
it, immediately starts it. So, you know,
Oh, you took off. I got you. It was the second video. It wasn't the same video.
yeah, it was the same video. It was just starting over again.
Well, I'm saying when you first took off, and then when you landed, they were in the exact same spot.
Yeah. Oh, it landed
As far as the
within
camera
a couple
thought.
within a couple feet of where it took off. It
But
doesn't
yeah,
have
but
any.
you Look at the video. Watch it when it lands, when it's done,
Yeah.
and then it takes off again.
From the same
it didn't
spot?
change. Nothing
Yeah.
changed.
Cool. That's good. I never noticed that. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it works. It works great. But Betaflight has GPS rescue, okay, but the GPS rescue will do the initial part of what iNav does. It'll climb to a fixed altitude that you tell it. It'll turn around. It'll start flying back towards you. But it does not have an auto land feature. So what'll happen is when it gets about 200 meters out, it will start descending. and if you don't intervene, it'll fly itself right into the ground near the home point.
Or a
Okay, it's
tree.
not going to. So the idea behind GPS rescue is get it to where you can take it over line of sight,
Right.
or get it to where you get your radio, it comes out of failsafe, or get it to where your goggles video comes back, and then you
Right.
start flying it.
Which
INAV,
is
on the
fine.
other hand, will actually bring it back and land it for you.
Right,
which
you
is-
can go get a cup
and
of coffee and not worry about it.
the only difference is for an INAV equipped quad, you need two sensors that you don't need to fly Betaflight. You need a barometer
Oh,
for altitude, and you need a magnetometer. You need a compass. So you need the compass and you need the barometer. A lot of the flight.
Magnetometer. 5 syllables, that's too much.
Okay, well,
Too much stuff.
you know,
5 syllables.
I put INAV on this thing, Paulie.
What is
So this-
that?
That's the
Roma
Roma.
3.
That's the Roma 3.
Is that 3
And-
inch?
3 inch, and you see
It's
the
a
big
little
right
bigger than
here.
the Baby
Right
Hawk.
here is I've got it encased in black shrink wrap, but it's the bigger GPS compass module, the
I
BN880.
want one.
So right up there in the front, it's got that BN880. It's the flight controller, Carlos, is the same that we put in your Acrobrat, the Mamba F722, and it's got. Oh, Matt North. Hey, Matt. How you doing, buddy?
what's up,
That's
buddy?
been here, I think.
Long
Nice
time,
to see
man.
you.
Yeah.
Looking
Anyway,
good.
I'll
too.
finish describe.
Is that-
I'll finish describing
That's
this.
not sub 250, is it?
You know, it's very close. If I put a 650 milliamp 4 cell, it's below 250. If I put an 850, it's above 250. But I fly this with an 850 4S,
Oh, okay.
and I get eight plus minutes of flight out of it. And it's got the DJI system in it, and all that in this tiny little quad with iNav and return to home and land, auto land. It's just cutest thing. It's like a Mavic Mini, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Have you?
it's fun.
Flies good too.
It flies great. So Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, Matt's in it right here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Matt's
got a
right
video.
here.
I got a video to share.
One more question.
What's up, Brad?
Wait a
RH?
minute, Matt.
What
can
that
you hear
whole
me?
what that whole rig cost you, Mitch?
Well, you know the
350-ish,
the
400.
DJI system, the DJI part of it costs like $170. The Vista.
Right.
The quad itself,
I need the
$150 maybe, $175. I got probably $350, $375 in the whole mess.
It's not bad.
You can
That's
buy
what I
the
got in the
binding
baby.
flies for that same kind of money. You know,
Yeah,
building them
the
doesn't
ba-
save you anything.
The Baby Hawk costs that much. It doesn't have
Yeah.
iNav or any.
No,
No,
it
but
only
it-
costs
it-
3. The baby hook. Big difference.
3.
Yeah, with the
and change.
Crossfire, it's like 340 or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
So
339
Matt,
or something like
Matt,
that.
can you hear me, Matt?
Morning.
Can't hear
Matt.
you. Matt, can't
Can you
hear
hear
you.
any of us?
He's talking, but I don't hear anything.
Freaking Australians.
Yeah. He
Must
can't
be
hear
that
us.
fancy internet.
It's that time delay audio.
Where's your
That's the way to get
microphone, Matt?
How's
We
that?
can't hear you, buddy.
There you go. That's
Now
better.
we hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I actually did come on because I got a bit of a question about my freestyle. I'm only getting about 80 to 100 meters RF signal, and it gives me a warning on the TX. Low RF signal, and then it goes into what is it?
Fail safe.
Fail safe.
It would do if I pushed it any further.
Oh, critical.
What kind of
Pretty good.
transmitter do you have?
Critical.
I got the Radio Master TX16S.
And
First
you're
off.
using the multi-protocol module in the D8. Is it the D8 mode, correct?
It is D8, yes.
Are your
Yeah.
antennas?
Uh,
are your antennas the same length?
Jesus Christ, Carlos, you won't let me answer a question.
I asked them a question. You can answer all you want. I think I'm going to mute myself here. I think we're just puppets here, and he just talks. I don't know. Come on, talk already.
He's having to
Matt,
think.
Matt,
Yes, mate.
there is a setting, I believe, that allows you to tune the frequency
There
on
is.
the
Yeah,
D8.
yeah, I've done that.
Okay, you have done that. You know how to do it. You look at the RSSI, you crank it up to max to where it goes away. You roll it back down to where it goes away. You take the average and set it between the two.
Yep.
If you've done that, and you still have no range, it's possible on you have a Tiny Hawk Freestyle.
Yep.
It's possible that you have broken the little tiny receiver antenna. Either the center connector may have broken where it solders on the board. Carlos will tell you that's very delicate.
Carlos, you can
Okay.
It is.
And
It is.
it's possible that that's broken. But
Okay.
the obvious thing is tuning that center tuning
Yeah.
the channel.
Yeah, I did that.
So-
It ended up at minus 15. That did with the averages.
That's not too
So
far off.
No. It went down to like minus 50, and then went up to whatever it was, plus something or other.
Plus
Anyway,
30. Yeah.
yeah, and then it was minus 15, around about that, minus 12, 15. I've checked the connections of the aerials. I've set the aerial up differently because there's like two of them, one at the top, one flying out the bottom. Hey, Ed. Everything seems to be connected. Everything seems to be still soldered on there. So I don't know, man.
200 milliwatts.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the
video.
That's the video.
That's
Yeah.
video.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, video's
I have
fine.
a question. Have you ever fail safe, Matt?
No, I haven't flown far enough to fail safe. I've come
Okay.
back when the warning pops up.
Well, I'm just suggesting is perhaps you give it a range test and fly in a direction that you know is going to go. Because I get warnings from mine all the time.
Oh, me too. And Paul and
Okay.
Charlie.
But what I will
Lost
do,
telemetry. Oh,
what
forget
I
about
will do instead of flying it is I'll set the drone up on the ground or up on a wooden post or something like that, and I'll walk it, because I think that's a little bit better than flying it out. Although it wouldn't take as long to fly out, but it'd be interesting just to walk it to see how far.
Well,
it
we
goes.
all get
Good way to
those
keep the
warnings. I always get those warnings with. I don't get them with my Tiny Hawk though, but
Neither
I do
do
get
I.
them with the race. I do get them with the little race.
Okay,
The
I don't get it
Tiny
with the
Hawk 2 race.
I don't get it with the Tiny Hawk 2.
Yeah.
That just flies nicely. But it's this bloody freestyle. You know, I want to go a little bit further than what
Well,
I'm
I
doing.
mean, I thought you said freestyle actually, and I was going to ask you about that too. But I mean,
Mm,
I don't know. Mine gives me warnings like crazy, but it had yet to fail safe. So,
yeah.
and I
Yeah,
got
Okay.
mine failed. My
trees and
race
all
fail
kinds of
safed
stuff.
once on me.
Okay.
My little Tiny Hawk 2 race did fail safe once. And you know that big field that I was flying in out there with the row of trees that we sit in front of? It fail safe at the far end of that field, which really wasn't that far away. I had to walk out there and get it. And I had tuned the receiver too. It's just, I just don't like those little SPI D8 receivers. And what a lot of guys are doing with those freestyle things is they're putting a better receiver in it. They're either
Yeah.
going to Crossfire or they're going even to an XM Plus with diversity antennas would be a better deal. And if I'm not mistaken, there are pads to solder the receiver to on that Tiny
Yep.
Hawk board.
I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen it. They do replace those things. Yeah, I'm going to walk it. I'm going to walk because I've done just about everything I can to try and do this. And after I tuned it and all sorts of stuff, I thought, here we go. No worries. Chuck it out. Warning. Oh,
Well,
Carlos,
I
what was that one of
believe-
yours that kept talking and we told you to shut the bitch up,
It's
turn
when
the volume?
Crossfire gets on, especially. but those SPI receivers are infamous for giving you those warnings when they're close by. I'm flying back to myself, and I get a warning. So
Wow.
just fly.
okay.
Fly with a spotter and go a little further. Or you can
Yeah.
do what you want to do. But I would just fly.
Yeah.
the
Okay.
freestyle too is a carbon fiber frame. So, therefore, in the right position, a lot of times when you turn around to come back towards yourself, the frame will be between the antenna and your receiver, which can cause those. And you can also set your minimum RSSI value lower if you want. So the warnings come when they're closer to where you're going to actually fail safe.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good idea. Good idea. I didn't look at changing that.
Just fly
I
the
did
pitch.
something. Yeah,
That's-
something to play with. I did actually crack the frame.
All right.
Whoa!
That's not
A
good.
couple of.
That's a hard frame to crack.
Yeah, you're telling me. So down she went, and anyway, I mucked around. Anyway, the prop was just bent like this at a 90-degree angle, and I thought, oh, that prop's stuffed, right? So I straightened it up. Guess what? It's not. There's not even a bend mark in it.
Yeah, just put it right back.
Yeah, but it did actually crack the frame on one of the arms, so it still flies all right.
The prop
All
cracked
right,
it, really.
well, go ahead,
Frame.
Matt.
Check out the range
and
test.
order you-
What are we
Just
looking at here,
order the
Carlos?
This is
bottom
at Paul's
plate.
house today, but I'm trying to reach that flag. This is only the Mobulus 7.
Is this when we all went?
Nah, you guys were chicken.
We
took
went.
convincing.
We went with you.
I know, but it took convincing. Okay. Every time I give him an idea, something happens.
Well,
Something bad happens.
my luck.
Something bad.
I'd take my Mavic that far, mate. No problems.
Can you go this far with your tiny hook? As far as I'm going?
Tiny-
What do you,
Tiny
Well,
Hawk
when
2.
you have- having a
your
problem.
RSI's hold your RSSI's hanging in there. It's
oh, yeah, look. This is all.
Upper
How far
40s,
is that?
Yeah.
1,000 feet?
30s.
Nah, not 1,000 feet.
No, it's probably 150 yards.
And this is only 25 milliwatt, just for the record.
I can only see 2 yards in that picture.
Not bad.
Neighbor's yard.
Right? Considering?
Yeah,
And now,
Yeah.
oh, there's a little drone flying
Yeah,
around.
Oh, what a great day out the backyard.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
that
look
doesn't
how
give a
sexy
flag.
the three-
You guys,
You see how
Oh,
sexy
you
we look with
guys
those
are like-
refrigerators on our head? Oop, almost.
Somebody was just
Bill,
going up
Coast
over
to
the
Coast
roof there.
Drones is here. How you doing, Bill? Good to see you.
Hey Bill.
We have to
Don't
go in the
be
back
guys-
because if the three of us go in the front and the girls pass, they'll stop and
Right.
they'll just.
Yeah.
Hi,
it's a
Rat.
accident.
Rat RH is
That's
here.
what
How you
happens in the
doing?
park, right, guys?
Yeah.
Look at
all
that.
the time.
They're trying to get to me.
The
Sometimes
refrigerator
it's
look.
I'm
like
so
trying to harass
jealous of
them.
you guys, you pricks.
Why?
So Carlos, have you melted your quad yet? Flying through the barbecues?
Oh no, close. That was a fun trip.
It's a toasty hawk, not a tiny hawk.
See how calm Paul just sits there. He trusts me 100%. Right, Paul? Oops.
Unlike me, when you're
I trust you as far as I can throw you.
Oops. Come on, Paul. Charlie, you have nothing?
I sent you
Oh,
something to
man.
show.
No,
have
I can't
so
do all
much.
that. That's difficult. Let me see if I can figure
What?
it
It's
out.
a YouTube video.
I know. Oh, don't tell me it's that one.
No, it's
F and
it's a-
Carlos. Did you see
No,
that, Mitch?
No, not
Evan
that.
Carlos.
You got to put that one up.
What?
Look at Charlie's. Is that your last video, Charlie, or is the one before that?
I don't
Just
remember.
put it up.
I met on a computer.
Oh. All right. What video is it? Your second one on your playlist? I thought it was pretty creative, personally.
I got my little Tiny Hawk one if you want to see that.
No, I want to see Charlie's. No, we do. I'm just kidding.
Can he pop one on or not?
Correct.
Yeah. You have to share it.
Hold on.
Can Charlie do it or not?
Charlie?
I don't
No, I
know.
can't. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Matt. It's all you.
Okay. I'll just do this one. That's that one you've seen anyway, Carlos. The playground. Love it there, man. It's awesome.
All kinds of gaps.
Yeah, man. Heaps of them.
Well, you're doing good, Matt. Look at you.
Whoops.
This the Tiny Hawk?
Yeah, mate. Yep. Tiny Hawk 2.
a fun little
we
flyer, that
do
Tiny Hawk.
for a Tiny Hawk too.
It is. It's great, man. And the 1S is sort of perfect for this type of thing. You know, it scoots around pretty quick. The 2S, like I had I don't know 14 packs here, and I chucked the 2S in, and I run that over here, and it's like a scream. And then you put the 1S back in, it's like a big disappointment. You know, it's.
Yeah, you
Thing
gotta
I never
Yeah.
flew mine 2S that much. I don't know. It just seemed like a pain in the ass to change the profile back and forth.
I know
and
all
it doesn't
that
last
stick
as long with
movement.
those 2S batteries.
That little Tiny Hawk race is fun to fly with a 2S battery. That little thing scoots.
Now that does look.
Hey Ed, you want to practice this? Does that look difficult? That's what you got to do to change it. That's it. Can you manage that next week?
Mine is messed up anyway. What's wrong with it?
I think this only goes for another minute or so. I think.
Ooh, we saw that. That was a little roly-poly.
Roly poly, mate. Then I dive down on this thing here. I think somewhere along the line.
Look
There we
at
go.
Well,
No, you're doing
He's doing
bloody
excellent.
good, man.
Yeah, it's good fun, man.
How are you doing with
But
the
that-
freestyle? You flying it good? Control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, look, I tell you, you know, it's there's nothing better than getting a Tiny Hawk 2 or something similar to that to learn like this, and that gets your throttle going, you know. And
Mhm.
once you get into something a little bit bigger, then you've already got the intuitive moves that you need, or the reflexes within your thumbs
Muscle
to
memory.
to counter react anything that's going on, you know.
Have you
I mean,
bothered
you
with a
saw that-
simulator at all, Matt? Not really.
No.
No. Okay.
I find the Tiny Hawk freestyle. Well, it's obviously a lot different to fly. There's more guts in it and all that. But as I said, I'm being a little bit restricted at the moment. And as you say, it might not be an actual signal problem. It might be just the warning set too low.
All right.
Because I've never lost control of it. I did there.
So you're listening to the lady. You're
Um,
listening to the lady talking to you, and that's what's throwing you off. Telemetry is
Yeah.
low or whatever. Amber.
Yeah. RF signal
Yeah, we get
low.
that. Yeah, we get that all the
Yeah,
time.
that one you get that all the time with the
and
Tiny Hawk.
especially with exactly with the SPI receivers.
See, the way
There
that,
you go.
that signal works is if that RSSI drops for a millisecond below a certain threshold, maybe you're turning around and it just one frame, just it triggers that warning message.
Yeah.
And the warning
Yeah.
message is going to play, even though by the time the warning message is halfway through, the signal is certainly back up to normal again.
Gone.
It
Yeah.
doesn't-
Yeah.
Yeah. Once that message gets triggered, it plays the whole file. So
Mitch,
There
you're in
is
this. You're in the
also-
video.
what?
Play Charlie's second to last video, if you can. Drone Psyche.
This one?
No, not a
me,
share.
that's me.
That's Paul. Let's see Paul's.
Me. All right.
Well, give me a clue.
I'll show you.
There
the
is
video. I like this
also
one.
a setting for how long you can have RX loss before you fail safe as well.
Yeah, that's in the failsafe
Yeah,
tab.
that's not his issue though.
Wow. Okay. I might have to check these settings.
Nah, don't mess with that. Just fly the thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's
let
the
you know.
answer. I'm
let
telling you,
you-
just fly with a spotter, and you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that's
And,
a bit of an
always
issue.
record. Are you recording your flights, by the way?
Yeah, I am. I'm using that Sky Skydroid.
Skydroid. Good.
Mm.
Are you thinking about a pair of goggles to actually invest in one day?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've got to get rid of those bloody things I use. Yeah, they're as I said, the Tiny
Here comes
Hawks.
the money shot, guys. It's the money shot right here.
Receiver still
There we
connected.
go. There we go. Having a look. There we go.
Right into the pool.
I'll be turning around before the water.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's how we get over the grass.
That's the problem. I've got in-
A tiny hawk can float in the pool. I know this.
you do know that. It doesn't want to go afterwards, but it'll float.
No.
It's a birdie. Nice flying,
Yeah.
Paulie.
That's some
Yeah.
good range there,
And look at
man.
the rate. Well, that's a DJI system, isn't it?
Yeah, this the
Yeah.
baby horse.
Crossfire.
It just goes and goes. Those things. It's crazy.
But it also has
Wow.
crossfire.
So the baby hawk, eh?
That's
Baby
DJI.
Hawk 2 HD
Mm.
with the crossfire receiver on it.
Okay. Now that TX I've got and put crossfire on that, can't I?
Yeah, you get a module plug in the back.
Yep. Okay.
Make
That's
sure you
a,
order the right
Yeah.
size.
Anybody else have something to share? I think I'm coming in for a landing. So.
Waiting for Charlie
Coming in
to
for a
come back.
landing. We got Charlie. Charlie's not
I
here
want
yet.
Charlie's second. Let me see. I want to find it.
Hey, Mitch, I got to cut off. My wife was down there yelling at me.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Later, Brian.
And
Hello,
I
who's-
very much do appreciate it, bud.
That
Oh,
was
my
kind-
pleasure.
very
Thank you.
kind
Thanks
of
for
you.
the super chat. That was very
By the way,
Take care, Brian.
You did hear that I fired it up again just to make sure it wasn't a fluke.
Yep, I heard it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good, good.
You held it up.
heard that.
'Cause it-
Yeah.
It's going to cost you. Yeah, it's going to cost you more money if we have to fix it again. You
Oh, no, this is going to cost me more money anyway.
This hobby will cost you more money. That is a given.
Tell me about it.
Brian, you
is a
cannot
given.
go out and fly that less than 3 or 4 batteries in one sitting. Just
Dude, I've got like 12 right now.
I know, but
Wait.
you actually got to use them.
Yeah.
That's what that's all
Yeah.
Because Ed's got like 40 batteries.
Be nice,
but-
be nice, Carlos.
Carlos doesn't know how to be nice. From New York.
Well,
I know how to
but
be
that's why
nice.
that's why we love him. You know,
just-
everybody likes Don Rickles too. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just telling you like it is. Just
Anyway,
fly
guys,
it.
I'm out. It's good talking to you
All
again. Later.
Okay.
Adios, Brian.
See you
See you,
soon.
Brian.
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 Take care.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Got that
Okay.
video,
Anyway,
Charlie.
Oh, yeah,
it's
try it.
almost, it's almost time to cut this anyway.
No,
We're,
we got to play this video.
We'll play the video, but
Yay.
we've lost most of our audience to Bardwell, I think. Anyway, so
Who's Bardwell? Monday?
I don't know. Yeah, he has a Monday at 8:00. He has a 2-hour live stream.
Well, if you guys want to feel like you're at Bardwell, throw $5, $10 super chats and ask Mitch a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, Bardwell doesn't do the kind of shit that we just did on the trying to actually fix
Exactly.
something.
Never get him.
He'll do it. He'll help people out by email, but anything that requires any kind of back and forth stuff, he doesn't do those kind of questions, and he can't on his live stream. He doesn't. Look, I watch his stuff, and he's very knowledgeable, and I've learned
he is.
quite a bit from him. So I don't knock him.
Today,
Well, that's
Charlie,
why-
yeah?
That's why I
What do we
popped
got
on, because you were talking about stuff, and I did have a question about that bloody RF. That was good. Whoa,
I just-
hello.
Bam.
I
Should have had
just,
the
I
paddle
just
pop kits on.
do not like those little D8 receivers, the SPI ones.
The SPI, yeah, they can be a pain in the butt. We just don't listen. Wow, Charlie, in air mode. He was determined to get these things.
It's still
Boy,
sloppy
he's-
to my standards, but
Well,
I was
but you're in
hitting
air
it.
mode.
Doing good. That ladder gap looks tricky.
Yeah, that was. I don't think I did it once. Little cat toy. Nice, Charlie. Wow. This
Yeah,
is when I
don't
was
do
flying
that.
for you, right?
yeah.
That was awesome.
That
Good,
tunnel-
man. Very
that
good.
tunnel
But
through
that's not the
ladder
one I
crap.
want Mitch to see because he didn't see the second from your last upload.
Oh,
Can you do that
don't-
one,
all
the
right.
Florida one.
You gotta let me know if you hear the audio. Hold on.
It's all about the audio.
I know.
Mitch will like it, I think.
I could hear the audio.
You heard the audio?
I did.
All right, hold on.
I didn't.
I didn't hear
Let me
anything.
share.
I heard it.
Share it
Hold on.
and do the volume up on the.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll figure it out. You know how to do it.
Oh, share audio. I didn't see that button. See, I wasn't sharing it. All right, let me know if you hear it. You hearing
Yeah.
audio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that looks familiar.
You gotta have the audio. Oh, you do.
Goes with Jim's porn stash.
Now, is this music going to get me a copyright strike?
No, not at all. It's
Okay.
royalty free.
All right.
It's different on a live stream. They give you a strike on a live stream, but not
Oh,
if you
hell
post
yeah.
the video.
Well, no, they still give you the
claim.
same kind of thing. You know, they
Oh.
doesn't matter if it's a live stream or a video. If it's on there, it's on there.
Somebody
It's a
gave you a
class.
super chat, but I can't see
Holy,
the name.
Drone
Oh.
Bum gave me $1.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that was
Paulie.
tough, man. I was digging up my pennies. I just counted up and managed to round
He
up
probably
$1.
took the pennies that we were throwing down his butt crack because we were showing us
Yeah.
too much. Between the two of these guys, crack kills, man. You'll die.
That was for playing my video.
That's it. I'm gonna catch you guys on video and put it up.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up now, guys. It's been
Wait, I'll
fun.
give you another $1.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming in. I enjoyed it, and I especially enjoyed trouncing all over you, Carlos. It's
You're
always
a pain in
fun.
the ass, but I love it.
Always fun to give you a hard time, and it's what it's just one of the reasons I do this. I just enjoy that so much.
On a more serious note, Matt, how you doing overall after all that you've been through? You good? You're okay?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Cracking along.
We'll
Cool.
talk on your show one day when you come back, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm coming back this week, mate. So
This
Friday.
Friday?
Night.
Good,
Cool.
good.
Yep.
Good to see you, Matt.
Yeah.
I
Good to
don't
see
know
you,
why,
boy.
but you look good for some reason, like better,
Really.
younger,
Question,
something cleaner.
Jet
You're using
Drone.
different soap, some kind of lotion or something. I don't know.
No, I got a filter. I got a filter on there.
Ah.
Call us
Ed,
this morning.
Ed, you might want one or two of those filters.
Yeah. They come in a 12-pack, mate. So
I'm well
ND
beyond
1000
the
bread.
12 packs now.
yeah.
All right, Mitch, Matt, Paul, Ed, Charlie. Everybody have a good night.
Everybody.
All right,
Talk to
buddy.
you guys
Thanks,
soon.
Night.
thanks,
Take
Carlos.
care.
And we still
Thank you.
love you. You know. Yeah. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate
Good
it.
seeing you, Carlos. Get out. Oh, I gotta
Good
go.
deal.
All right.
Paulie,
Bye, Mitch.
thank
Thanks
you,
for
my
having
friend.
us.
Take care.
Peace.
Take
Bye,
care.
man.
And I see a question. JST drone is there a CLI command in Betaflight for Fly Sky? No, I don't know of any particular CLI command. If you have a Fly Sky receiver, there's you probably, and I've never used Fly Sky, but I would imagine you just hook it up like a FR Sky. It probably is a S-bus receiver and serial protocol. But no, I don't think there's any particular CLI command for that. If we had more time, I could maybe look it up. But we're done here for tonight. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. A few of us that are left had a good old time. We managed to get after some trials and tribulations, we got Brian's quad actually working. So that was good. So with that being said, I'm going to bring up a little exit music, and it's still early. I got time. Got relax with a little cigar, take the rest of the day off, and hope the weather is nice so I can fly tomorrow. Anyway, thanks again for coming in, everybody. And unless I see you beforehand, I will catch you all 7 o'clock next Monday night here, and we'll do it again. So without waiting any longer, I'm going to turn it over to my trusty sidekick, Spank the monkey, and let him say goodnight. Say goodnight, Spanky.